It's a big sporting occasion in Northern Ireland. It's the biggest game in local football for 16 years, and waiting for us at Windsor Park is our match commentary team of Jackie Fullerton and Marty Quinn. We can't hear Jackie over the fireworks at Windsor Park, and hopefully he'll be able to see. It's a long way to look down from the commentary box as well, but it really is a carnival atmosphere this afternoon. The two teams lining up on the pitch there. There's William Murphy, a proud day for him and for the whole of the Linfield team. You can obviously sense the anticipation and the nerves of both teams, but just look at those scenes. I must say, Billy and Johnny, that really is a fantastic spectacle for local football.
I can't remember scenes like it. You know, it's a better atmosphere than most of the international matches. There's more colour, there's more noise. It's tremendous. A great day for football in Northern Ireland.
Johnny?
I just can't believe it, Stephen, to see those scenes, and also to have a situation where you've got that many people at the game, and also the game's been shown live on BBC. What a great day.
Yes, it's a super afternoon. I mean, I must say, we're all big fans of Irish League football. It does get criticised with a lot of negative press, but when you look at something like this afternoon, it really does warm the heart.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, people would believe that Irish League football is actually dying, but of course when you've got people like this who'll come along to the game, there's definitely hope for us all. The whole thing, as Billy was saying earlier on, is to make sure that we have a day that will enable those people and want those people to come back again.
It really is a proud day for a player. New kits, and it will be a memorable one whatever happens for both teams.
All the players will remember this for the rest of their days. It's the only thing is sometimes it gets too much for a player, and especially the younger ones, the less experienced ones. They go out with all the best intentions, looking forward to the final, but the occasion is too much for them and they tend to freeze. And it's happened to myself, and I've never forgiven them myself for that, because the day just passed me by. And if I have any advice to give young players, is forget about the nerves, go out and remember it and enjoy it, and play to your potential, play the way you can, don't freeze.
There's the IFA president, Jimmy Boyce, greeting the Linfield captain, Noel Bailey. And let's see now if we can hear from our commentary team of Jackie Fullerton and Marty Quinn.
Thank you very much indeed, Stephen. What a great day. I mean, it's the 120th year of the Irish Cup. It's always a gala day, as we were saying, and it's certainly that today. The first Big Two final for 16 years. And considering Glentoran, there's Roy Coyle in your picture, they are the holders, and Linfield, they're seeking a League and Cup double. It really is a mouth-watering prospect for the fans. And both teams come here today, 2 trophies each. The Glens, they've won the Gold Cup, and 10 days ago here at Windsor Park, they beat Glenavon to win the League Cup. And Linfield, of course, they got the big one, the League Championship, and they beat Glentoran in the final of the County Antrim Shield. Pete Beattie there, the Glentoran captain today, introducing the players. Tim McCann, 55th game for Tim McCann today. The only ever present. Little wonder he was Glentoran Player of the Year. And I have to say, bringing Marty Quinn in, we were watching the players arriving earlier, and both sets of players, they looked quite relaxed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, Jackie, surprisingly so on this occasion. Looking down at the players at this moment in time, they seem to be in a similar frame of mind. That should make things good for from a footballing point of view, but I feel that whoever settles down first will probably be the winner on the day.
Well, Linfield, it's their first Irish Cup final since they won it in 1995, and the Glens' recent record, very impressive, of course. Their 4th final, Irish Cup final in 6 years, having won it in 96, 98, and last year. They're one of the representatives from the sponsors, their first year nationwide with the Irish Cup. And what a final they got. Chris Walker, he'll be disappointed. He's relegated to the substitutes bench today, the big defender. But Glentoran, they're regarded as cup specialists. They've won the last 10 Irish Cup finals they've played in. And the last time they suffered disappointment, the big day was 34 years ago, 1967, beaten by Crusaders. Noel Bailey, Mr. Cool. Over 600 games for Noel Bailey. What a great stalwart he's been. He joined the club as a boy 14 years ago. Always tense moments these for the players. Linfield mascots today, Caitlin Murphy, 5-year-old daughter, and Darrell Warden. Well, just listen to that. It really is a marvellous sight, Marty, isn't it?
It's unbelievable, Jackie. I mean, what, 14,000 people well bedecked out in all their colours. This is a real spectacle and a real good advertisement for Irish League football. Let's hope the game lives up to the colourful displays around the ground.
Yes, indeed, and after all the talk about wanting more tickets, we have virtually a sellout crowd here today, as we see the friendliness between the two teams at the moment as they shake hands. And the fans wanted more tickets. It is the ideal platform for the local game, and let's hope we have an incident-free day, and the only fireworks we will see were those before the game, or indeed, well, it'd be nice to see a few fireworks and a few goals on the pitch, because the last few finals have all ended 1-0, so that hasn't been too exciting. Last 4 Irish Cup finals 1-0, so let's hope for more goals today. The pitch, I'm glad to say, as you know, the weather has been good most of the week, but the pitch has been watered today. There's Leslie Irvine, Limavady, the man in the middle today, his 3rd Irish Cup final. 91 when Portadown beat Glenavon, and then 98 when Glentoran beat Glenavon. So there's the scene. So let's take a look at the teams. Let's recap the teams. Is it Glentoran first? It is indeed. Missing Rory Hamill, of course, so 21-year-old Michael Halliday gets a start, and he should play up front with Darren Fitzgerald. And at fullback, 21-year-old Michael Ferguson, he gets the nod ahead of John Kennedy, the veteran, who has been struggling with injury recently, but plenty of experience and plenty of quality there. Looking at Linfield now. Lots of familiar names here, of course. Sadly, no Tony Gorman, no Russell Kelly, both out because of suspension. So Gavin Arthur and Garth Skates come into the midfield. And up front, of course, it's the deadly duo, Larmour and Ferguson. 55 goals between them this season. And they should be quite a handful for Glentoran. That's 5-year-old Caitlin Murphy, daughter of William Murphy. And if she's excited, there's the dad with her. William is so excited, looking forward to playing in his first Irish Cup final. She will remember this day. Tom McDonald, 32, his 3rd final, his first one with Linfield. He was a loser with Larne in '89 and then a loser with Ards in 1993. So a big day for the man the boss calls Thomas McDonald. Darren Lockhart, Michael Ferguson. First Irish Cup final for both. Darren Lockhart, of course, in his first season at the Oval, having arrived from Crusaders, but was man of the match, the number 11, 10 days ago in that League Cup final win over Glenavon. So there we are, the skippers on the left, Noel Bailey, and on the right, the dynamo of the Glentoran midfield, Pete Beattie. But Marty, not too much breeze today. He's down on the pitch, a bit blustery up on the roof here.
It is indeed, Jackie. I'd say that the conditions are ideal down there on the ground, and let's hope both teams can keep the ball down on the ground and play a bit of football. I'm quite sure they will. I would envisage a good battle in the middle of the park, where I think the game could be won and lost. Glenn Ferguson will obviously have a big say in the game. Glenn Larmour up front also. This young boy Michael Halliday has come into the Glentoran game, and he seems to have been scoring goals for fun lately. Young Fitzgerald, again, he hasn't just done as much as he would have liked since he came over from Rangers, but this is a big occasion and the boy knows all about it. I'm quite sure he can make a good input today.
Okay. I make it just after 3 o'clock. We're just about ready. Linfield have the kick up. There they are. And what a big day for Robert Robinson as well. His first Irish Cup final, the man who displaced Paul Mathers earlier in the season. Went on to win a league championship medal, young Robinson, and here he is in an Irish Cup final. And if we get as good a game as we had between the big two in last year's semi-final, when Glentoran won it by 3-2, real drama, 2 late goals. William Murphy got an equaliser in the 94th minute that day. They thought they'd got a replay, but then Sean Armstrong, who's now with Marty Quinn at Coleraine, he got a 96th minute winner, a semi-final to remember. Let's hope this nationwide Irish Cup final of 2001 will also be one to remember. Early touch for Paul Lehman. And an early touch as well for Robert Robinson. Always nice for a goalkeeper, get an early touch of the ball. But it really is, well, there's obviously a bit of tension, but what a great occasion for the players in front of a crowd of some 14,000. Jamie Marks, that will be a free kick. Ferguson was the culprit. Well, they did try to take it quickly and release Tom McDonald down that far side. But referee Irvine wants it back. Now, there's no Tony Gorman to hit the Thunderbolts, but Gavin Arthur is also a bit handy with free kicks.
Yes, he is, Jackie. Nice left peg on him. He'll be looking to hit big wink in the Glentoran defence, in the Glentoran box at the moment, and perhaps get a touch, get an early ball into the box.
Marks did well. It's all the way across, but dipping over that crossbar. So an early scare for the cup holders. Jamie Marks, he's come in for a bit of stick from the Linfield fans this season, but he's had a good end to the season. Got the crucial clinching goal in the semi-final win over Glenavon. There he is at the back stick, little header, but he just couldn't direct it goalwards. So something for Alan Goff to think about. A winner last year. He also won 2 FAI Cups with Shelbourne. Glentoran dugout on the far side. Here's Fitzgerald. He really has found his feet late in the season. There's a good chance for Halliday. Couldn't get a touch on it. What a start that would have been for the youngster. Martin Halliday, Michael Halliday, 4 goals this season, none in the cup. And he'll think that was a chance, Marty. It
certainly was. This boy's come from nowhere, actually. Came out of the amateur league, and Fitzgerald done very well with the cross. The boy was just unlucky not to get a contact on it, but he'll get a few opportunities. This game at the moment, as they say, both teams are trying to sort each other out early on, and I think in the midfield battle, that's where the game's going to be won and lost. Beatty and Kelly can have a big input into this one.
Yes, indeed. Beatty and Scott Young, and you've got Norman Kelly in there and Garth Skates. It could be quite tasty. Ball into the middle, flick on, didn't get to McCann, who was lurking. It's not away yet. Halliday in by Nixon. Fitzgerald tries to get on the end of it, but an easy take for Robinson. Yeah, that little low cross from Fitzgerald a minute ago. Where was the Linfield marking? David Jeffrey might well be asking the same question. But certainly a little half chance and more than that for Halliday. Fitzgerald. Ferguson. Looks for Lockhart. And Tom McDonald certainly bundling into the back of Darren Lockhart.
This is where Linfield will need to look out. Gary Smith coming forward. Gary can win a good ball in the air. Good left peg on him, capable of scoring goals.
In it comes. And Ferguson all the way back there. But then that sums up Glenn Ferguson. He doesn't just score goals, he's a team player and really works very hard. He's now making his way up front. That was Lehman with the header. And off the head of Lockhart. The Glentoran bench today, as you can see, on the far side of the pitch. Roy Coyle in the background, his 10th Irish Cup final today. He's won 5 of them, 3 of them with Linfield and 2 with Glentoran. Gary Smith, man who's played in 3 previous finals, all for Glenavon. He won 1 when he beat Marty Quinn's Cliftonville 97, but then lost 2 others, both ironically to Glentoran. Easton fighting for the ball. Here's Kelly. Little chip forward. Larmer helps it on to Marks. Chance to deliver the cross. Being held up. Good covering by Ferguson and by Nixon. And this is Ferguson. Halliday bustled out of it. Away by Nixon. Ferguson. Giving it away though. It's all a bit frantic at the moment. Ferguson gets it back. Did well, but Scott Young with the challenge. Helped to stop the run, but energetic work from the number 9.
Yes, he's been putting himself about. You can see the efforts that Glenn's putting in. He's a good, as he said earlier, he's a good all-round team player. He's certainly did himself no harm in front of the international manager Sammy McElroy today. He's a class player.
Yes, I'm glad you reminded me of that, Marty. Our international boss, Mr. McElroy, is here earlier. And he said he was really looking forward to the atmosphere and like the people here. And I hope all of you watching at home, you are enjoying it. Just over 6 minutes gone of this Big Two final. It's still to settle down, although Glentoran did have a little flurry and a little chance, which wasn't taken by Halliday. It's the 5th Big Two final post-war, and Linfield won't need reminding that Glentoran won all 4. 66, 73, 83 and 85. And overall, it's the 14th Big Two final. It's very close. The Blues, they've won 7. Glentoran have won 6 of those. That's the history. Present day, we're still waiting for this game really to come to life. Forward by Lehman, but too far for Fitzgerald. Well won by Gary Smith. Here's McDonald. Larmer. Well, I think he was turning Paul Lehman. Good spot by the referee. Paul Lehman, the man who was sent off in the semi-final against Distillery, but it was mistaken identity, and he did get a reprieve. And here he is playing in his second final. He was a winner in '98. He missed out last year. Murphy always misjudged it. My goodness, I thought Fitzgerald was in there for the moment. Well, edgy moments, edgy time at the start of this game. Just coming up to 8 minutes gone. And Ferguson, well, he does that so well, doesn't he, Mark?
Yes, he's using his experience. He's just back in and inviting Gary to come on over the top of him. Also in the Glentoran defence, sorry, the Linfield defence, Winky's going to find a different playing against the young boy Fitzgerald. Nothing better than a big gangling lad to play against. You can knock him about, but he'll find it awkward playing against the little fella. He's got pace and he can play.
So Glentoran form the wall. Norman Kelly is there, but look out for the other man in the picture, Gavin Arthur, with the sweet left foot. Scored a great free kick against the Glens here on Boxing Day. So there he is. First final, first free kick. He hit it well, but straight into the wall. But it's not away yet. Chip to the back post. Ferguson arriving! And just over the top. And Alan Goff, he seems to be all right. But who else would be on the end of it, Marty?
Yes, Beck would be disappointed with that. Should have done better, actually. I've seen him so many times at the back stick, and 9 times out of 10 they end up in the onion bag. Good effort, but unlucky not to win.
Yeah, Mr. Ferguson. 4 cup goals. Sizzler, of course, in the semi-final against Glenavon. And he did get the 2 goals when they beat Glentoran in the final of the County Antrim Shield. As I said earlier in the programme, he's one of my players to watch, and Glentoran will know that, of course. So Alan Goff, who did well to put Ferguson off, indeed. Well won by Bailey. Ferguson, a little flick. Arthur comes left. Goff skates. Good acceleration from Skates, very pacey little player. Well, he found the space, but he couldn't find the finish. Gareth Skates, 22-year-old, first Irish Cup final in his first season after 4 years at Blackburn. He is a pacey little player, did well. It was Scott Young, yes, it was Scott Young trying to close him down, but didn't. But he pulled the shot, he scuffed it.
Put under a little bit of pressure, but I think he should have done better. But in saying that, he's come back from Blackburn Rovers. Managed a boy would drop his head. This boy's come up and he showed it was life after full-time football.
John Easton was holding Tim McCann. He's appealing to the referees. Do something about it, says Tim. But what a great season he's had. You know all about Tim, of course, having had him at Cliftonville. But 55th game, the only man who's played in all Glentoran games this season. As I said earlier, the Glentoran Player of the Year.
Absolutely no problem to Tim. He could play 110. The boy just never stops. He's hyper. He was always first to training. Great lad. will have a big input on the game today.
He's left it. Scott Young gets it over. Gary Smith is up there. Little header. It was Halliday. Gary Smith made the run, and he is dangerous, as Marty said earlier, from set pieces. But I think if we see this replay here, that it might be Halliday. Yes, Halliday it was who got to it. But no problems for the keeper. Now a break here from Linfield. Ferguson just drills it in. That's Lehman with the diving header. Here's McCann. Obviously not a favourite of the Linfield fans. Fitzgerald forced to come back. Finds Nixon. And about 3 green shirts caught offside there as the blue shirts of Linfield moved out.
Tim has had some great games here at Windsor Park, particularly in the red of Cliftonville. He's been doing the same for Glentoran, hence the appreciation from the Linfield fans.
Free kick taken. Ferguson against his good mate Gary Smith. Scott Young charged out of it. Skates takes over. Larmour is in the middle. So too Jamie Marks. But plenty of green shirts there. Easton gets it back in. That's Gary Smith with the clearance. Murphy won it well, won it strongly. It's toing and froing very nicely. I think it's boiling up. Gavin Arthur, but that's an easy take. Under no pressure, Paul Lehman. Another free header for Murphy. Halliday, this is good from Glentoran. There's a run by Lockhart. That will be too far for him. Well, the idea was right, Marty.
Unlucky that great run from Lockhart. Very good coming from deep. Has scored a few goals. This boy's done very, very well in the past for Glentoran. He's got a good CV coming through from the Welders, Carrick, Fergus, then Crusaders.
Yeah, Lockhart, he's got 8 goals this season, his first at the Oval, as Easton hooks it forward. A run as always from the eager Larmour. That's a good ball in. Marks arriving, too high for all of them. I think Ferguson thought he was being pushed there, but nothing given. Long kick from Goff. Bailey met it. Garth Skates. Like you, Marty, saying coming back from full-time football, Garth Skates, I've been very impressed by the boy this year and by his pace and quick feet.
Yeah, he's a good player all round. As I say, many's the lad would have just said, oh, it's not for me, but he's shown his life after English First Division football, and he's proved himself time and time again in the blue shirt. And perhaps if he keeps these performances, he can get back into the full-time game again.
That's right, he's young enough, Garth Skates, just 22 years of age. Under 21 international, of course. There are the fans. Reasonably quiet at the moment. Just over 13 minutes gone. That's Nixon. Bailey. Robinson. Very assured with the clearance, a bouncing ball. Marks did well to keep it in. Forward by McDonald. Gary Smith was very lackadaisical there. I don't think he saw Jamie Marks coming in on the far side.
Well, that was a good challenge from Jamie.
Easton won it. Arthur won it. No, Nixon. He's going on a run, Colin Nixon. Lovely little ball seeking out Lockhart. Well, it was more a ricochet than a shot, but it wasn't far away. He hasn't scored in the cup this season, Lockhart. Lovely run, lovely ball from Nixon. And let's see, yes, I think McDonald may just have got a touch on it.
I thought Tommy was just a little bit casual there. I'm sure David will be having words with him at half-time.
There's the run from Nixon. Inside the defender. Tom McDonald did well, I think, to put Lockhart. He just put him off, and he did get a foot to it. Well done by Bailey again, beating the taller Halliday. Now, chase on here. Good pace from Lehman, but good pace from the 31-year-old Ferguson as well. Lehman won out in the end, though. That'll do his confidence no harm at all, the 23-year-old. Scott Young. Bailey again first to it, and Halliday felt the challenge. Beatty and little Fitzgerald wasn't looking across the line. He just drifted into an offside position. But I've been impressed by this lad recently. Does take a bit of time to settle. He was coming from full-time football as well, but he's very clever feet. Drifts past the defender, Fitzgerald, very easily. As Glentoran get the throw. David Jeffrey, first final as a manager, didn't win it as a player, was beaten twice. Once with Linfield, once with Ards in '93. He would love to win it and the double. Coyler, well, he's been there, done that, but he would want to win again, especially on an occasion like this. Just over a quarter of an hour of the contest gone. We still await the first goal. And really, if we got a goal, that would lift the whole thing.
It certainly would, Jackie. We're heading on now to say it's maybe someone's going to give a little bit, and so perhaps someone could take a little bit. It would be great to get a goal now and really set the game up.
Ferguson's throw. Got enough blue shirts, and that's Garth Skates to hook it to safety. Back in by Smith now, but the flag is up against Halliday. He didn't direct it goalwards, but to be fair to the boy, he was in there, he made the run, yes, and the linesman halted him.
Yes, he's always in and around there, Jack. As I say, this lad has come out of amateur league football, come through the ranks this season at Glentoran, and there's a lot of lads out there playing amateur league football today, and they're very capable of playing Irish league football if they would just apply themselves a bit better. Michael Halliday is a prime example. Yeah,
indeed. It's the 21-year-old's sixth final this season. He's figured in the previous three with the first team. And he won 2 trophies with the Glentoran second side. That's quite a record. And that was quite a challenge. And Scott Young having a little warning from the referee. No yellow cards as yet. But there's a real buzz around Windsor Park. Garth Skates looking round, taking instruction from David Jeffrey. Ferguson in the middle, of course. Murphy is up there. Goff did well. Kelly gets it back in again. Well, that was Beatty, it was. And here's Tim McCann. And once again, who else but Bailey, the man to end it all. Now, Scott Young looking for the run from Lockhart. Could get it, but who's across? The other number 11.
Great first touch from Scott Young. Took the ball under control in a flowing motion. Got a good ball into the box.
He's quite a player, is our Mr. Bailey. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. Free kick given to Linfield. Darren Lockhart not too happy with the decision. And there he is. Just turned 30, over 600 games. He is Mr. Cool, Mr. Reliable. And sometimes I think, because he's so consistent, people underestimate him, Martin.
Absolutely, what a player. The achievements he's made with Linfield, phenomenal.
Well won by Beatty. They've all lost it, but Tim McCann found it. Now the flag stays down. Fitzgerald. That must have been close. Good pace from Fitzgerald. But look who's back there, Bailey. The man we were talking about.
Actually, I was looking for the linesman's flag to come up there, Jackie. From here, it's hard to tell, but Fitzgerald
it was
well.
close, Marty.
It was a very close call, but once again, Bailey in there, sweeping up. Excellent.
And down below is actually David Jeffrey is having a right go with the fourth official, saying it was offside.
Well, I think David might be right in this case, but it's hard to tell from this point.
There he is. He's still talking to the linesman now. But whatever. It's a corner. Scott Young to float it in for Glentoran. But well taken by Robinson. Always good for a goalkeeper to take a catch like that. And that's a good long kick. Lehman did well to judge it, because Larmour was lurking behind him.
That'll certainly help young Roberts' confidence. I mean, the lad has come into the Linfield team after waiting very, very patiently for a number of years, and has certainly grasped his opportunity with both hands.
MacDonald, who's having quite an afternoon against the runs of Lockhart. Well won by Smith. Here's Scott Young losing out, but he's got the free kick. Well, 6 of one, half a dozen of another there. I think both sets of feet were in the air, Marty.
Yeah, it's what you call in the old days a 50-50 ball. May the best man win, but unfortunately you can't get on with sometimes nowadays, Jackie.
Don't mention 50-50 balls to me, Marty. I was a winger.
I wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in today's game, I'm afraid.
Here's Ferguson coming over to the right-hand side. Michael Ferguson couldn't find a way through. Nor at David Larmour, who looks to take it quickly and does. Finds his partner, Ferguson. Oh, real hospital ball there as Lehman went in. And slightly late as well on Larmour.
City Hospital Road all over that one, Jackie.
Oh yes, that's the old hospital ball there, isn't it? So Gavin Arthur once again in the middle. William Murphy has made his way up. Ferguson in there, as you would expect. Driven over by Arthur. Away by Gary Smith. He is very commanding in the air, as Murphy is, of course, at the other end. Now here's the energetic Jamie Marks. Wins the throw in. Just over 20 minutes gone, as you can see. Glentoran 0, Linfield 0. McDonald, Kelly. Good cross. Goff has come a long way. Gavin Arthur, well, they felt he was pushed over. I'm not sure I agree, as Nixon gets it away. And that's off Halliday, so the throw-in will go to Linfield. Now, let's have a look at this replay. Gavin Arthur certainly did go down. Goff, he didn't get a great hand on it. Let's see. Well, would be harsh, I think.
I thought it would be very, very harsh in that particular case, Jackie.
Could have been given, though, but it would have been harsh.
I've seen him given, yeah.
Good little ball. Chase on for Fitzgerald, but once again, Bailey. But he is proving quite a handful, Darren Fitzgerald.
Yeah, very, very hard to pick up. The boy makes excellent runs. As I say, Winky seems to have passed him on now. Doesn't seem to be sitting as tight on him. And it's as well nose in behind the sweep up. He's done an excellent job there.
So, Scott Young drills it over. Gary Smith is up there, but Gary Smith pushing Glenn Ferguson right under the gaze of the referee. Don't think you can have too many complaints.
I don't think so.
Irvine, the man in the middle today, who's been in the Bernabeu Stadium earlier this year, refereeing a Real Madrid game. He's one of our best whistlers. I think you'd agree, Marty.
Yes, he's been in the Coleraine Showgrounds a few times as well, Jackie, and he's done okay.
You be careful now. You're a manager. You can't talk about it. You'll be in trouble. Forward by Robinson. Tim McCann did well against Easton. Forward by Murphy. Now Larmour makes the run. Goff will have to judge it, and he did. All the experience there of Alan Goff.
Yeah, Alan's been there, done it all. It's FAI Cup winners medals with Shelburne, an excellent goalkeeper, inspires confidence in front of him.
Well, now ricochet. Here's Fitzgerald. He has Lockhart. Decides against using him. Still Fitzgerald. Well, he's still found a way through, and a good save by Robinson. Hard luck, that young man looking for his 11th goal of the season. He stuck to the task, Marty.
He's doing very well again, Jack. He gets into a good position, good strike, and as I say, young Robert Goal has made another good save.
So good pressure from Glentoran. Scott Young gets it across. Gary Smith just couldn't get on the end of it. Tim McCann drills it. Well, it could have sneaked in there through a posse of players. Free kick goes to Glentoran. Gavin Arthur puts his case to the referee. Mr. Irvine, who usually referees with a smile on his face. It's always good to see. Not too many smiles from David Jeffrey. A lot of tension in the boss today, and those fans behind him, they expect the double. Easier said than done. Lehman gets it forward. Well won by Lockhart. Bailey's clearance. That's Beatty. Here's the other number 10, Norman Kelly. Delayed too long though, but did well to retrieve it. Ferguson. Now the run on here. Great pace from Marks against Ferguson. Still going, but Ferguson did his job, and the corner goes to Linfield. Great pace from Jamie Marks.
That was an excellent run. I thought for 1 minute Michael had him tied up, but the boy showed great pace to get into that position. What I do notice, and which causes me a slight bit of concern, is the Glentoran defenders seem to be passing on Glenn Ferguson. Either Lehman or Smith haven't said he's my man, and I think they'll do that at the Pearl. Davy Larmour on this set piece on the near post will need to be watched.
Good point, Marty. Now, Gavin Arthur. Ferguson makes a run in the middle. Goffey didn't get there. They've lost it. It was off the head of Gary Smith. Glentoran get it cleared. Bailey, upward ball for Kelly, but he brought it down quickly. Now Garth Skates, well, great covering job by Tim McCann. And he got the ricochet and he's got the throw in. He's really buzzing, as Tim McCann. And as I said about Glenn Ferguson, McCann is also, and you would agree, Marty, you've said it, a very good team player.
Absolutely, puts himself around, but he better get back over the right hand side, because if he gets the ball down the left, he's no left peg on him, he's going to be struggling.
Fitzgerald. Into space, he gave it away. Ferguson just couldn't find his mate, Larmour. Here's McDonald. All the way back to Robinson, who'll have been lifted by that fine stop from Fitzgerald's effort. McDonald did well to get it forward. Smith won it on by Beatty. And here's Murphy. Very cleverly, good experience to win the throw-in. And there he is, the tough man of the Glentoran midfield. 30 years of age, 31 now, over 200 appearances, and he's won 3 finals, 96, 98, and last year, of course. Ferguson is always looking to make things happen, makes his way into the middle. But so far so good for Glentoran in terms of looking after Ferguson and Larmour. Now the ball swirling into the middle. Gavin Arthur won it, but couldn't direct it goalwards.
Glentoran have probably had the better of the exchanges up to now, Jackie, but as I say, with players of the calibre of Larmour and Ferguson up front, they better get their defence sorted out.
Lovely shot of the crowd there, as we said earlier. And you have to say it again, some 14,000 here today. Such was the demand to be here on the first Big Two final for 16 years. Just over 27 minutes gone. Still 0-0 at Windsor Park. Mr. Coyle looks on. His side have played every game this season. They've been in every final. Halliday, but that will be too long for Tim McCann, who had a look round at him as if to say, what do you expect from me? Yes, have a look, he says.
I know he's fast, but he's not that fast, Jackie.
Tim McCann. Well, that was Nixon against Easton. Not too many fancy a 50-50 with John Easton. And young Halliday has won another Glentoran corner. Easton, there he is, 32-year-old, 350th game earlier this season. He's been another, like Bailey, another great servant. Scott Young chips it over. Halliday climbed now. Gary Smith is here, chips it through. Ferguson, good vision to find Scott Young. Plenty of green shirts in the middle. Well, Kelly, slightly awkward challenge, shall we say, and once again the referee doesn't produce a card but a little warning, and I think he deserved a warning for that challenge.
Yes, he did. Let's try and keep the cards to the minimum, Jackie. We don't want to put anyone under pressure early in the game, but in saying that, if the same player does the same again, he's going to have to get a yellow card. So
Skates and Arthur there, two-man wall, and we've got Scott Young and Gary Smith with the ball. So Young with the right foot or Smith with the left? Gary Smith it is. That will be too far for all of them. And Robinson very cool. He's obviously gained in confidence, the keeper. Wasn't a great effort from Gary Smith in the end, and the keeper, well, he just watched it go past the post.
Had it well covered, Jackie.
But Gary Smith there, he's done a good covering job so far on Larmour and Ferguson. Won by Beatty. Murphy. Ferguson. Just moved over the half-hour mark as Linfield have a free kick. Kelly decides to leave it. Ferguson makes his way forward, and they leave it to the skipper. Low ball. Here's Larmour. He does that so well. Has he got the free kick? He's got the ball. Larmour. Deflection. It's away for the corner, surely, and is. He's a jack in the box, Davy Larmour.
Quite a handful. Again, one player who gets it, uses his body well, backs into players, tries to commit them, and then he turns and tries to get a shot on target.
Yeah, he really stuck to it there, didn't he?
Very well, very strong boy.
So Gavin Arthur it is then, to drill over the corner. Alan Goff, just one hand. Ferguson drilled it across. Now Arthur, low ball in, blocked. It was Lockhart. They're having trouble getting it cleared. Murphy, Nixon under it. Now Jamie Marks enters the scene. Have to be careful with challenges inside the box. And Marks thought he'd won the corner, but he didn't. But he's having an energetic day on that right-hand side.
As I said, Jackie, Gavin Arthur taking these in-swinging corners, causing a few problems. Again, goalkeeper Alan Goff comes for it. Perhaps he should have done better. Player of his experience just got a hand to it, flapped at it.
Won by Murphy. Here's Larmour. Oh, he flicked it through. I think he was waiting for the run from Glenn Ferguson, but it didn't materialise. Linfield, since they won the cup, they won it in 94 and 95. 95 the last time they've had to endure their biggest rivals, Glentoran, lift the trophy in 96, 98, and then last year, of course. But obviously lots of tension out there. Glentoran want to hold on to the trophy. Linfield wanting that double. And the Blues were the last team to do a League and Cup double when they won the cup in 1994. But the ball is really zipping about the place, and there was a high foot there from Gavin Arthur. I think the referee will want a word. Scott Young said it was up round my elbow somewhere. And the referee giving a real lecture to Gavin Arthur. And there he is, the smile from Mr. Irvine as he explains to Colin Nixon, yes, I did see the tackle, but it's sensible refereeing on a day like this.
It certainly is, Jack. I don't think there was any intent from the player.
Here is Arthur into the space for Larmour, but there's Smith. He might be 31, but he can still get about the place. Gary Smith.
Gary's done very well after coming back from a cruciate ligament injury, and he's performed heroically for Glentoran this season. Big loss to Glenavon.
Good challenge by McDonald on Lockhart, through by Marks, but that will be much too long for his front men. The idea was right though from Jamie Marks. Flicked on by Halliday. Fitzgerald. Well, the keeper missed it. Well. Little sharp intake of breath there for Linfield.
I think the goalkeeper was taken by surprise. He expected his defenders to be there. He was left isolated and just committed himself. Fortunately, he got away with it in this case.
Off the head of Arthur, Norman Kelly. Marks. Very competitive and very compact in that midfield today. Lovely ball through from McCann. Here's Fitzgerald now. Uses pace, uses skill. Drills it over low. Linfield have it covered, and that's Bailey. Finding Ferguson under pressure all the time from Lehman. Not getting too much space as yet, the great man. Local football's top scorer this season with 30 goals. Here's Ferguson. Loads of time, loads of space. Lockhart swung on it first time. Well won by Murphy. That's Arthur. Scott Young. Well, Norman Kelly straight into Scott Young. First card of the afternoon about to arrive, and the referee has been very lenient up until now. But as you say, Marty, he did commit a foul a couple of minutes ago, of course. Challenge on Scott Young.
Well, I think that was just a foul booking at the moment, Jackie. The lad left his feet high, so you have to take your punishment.
But Kelly, I think Norman Kelly, one of the unsung heroes. Everybody looks at the Baileys and the Murphys and the Larmers and the Fergusons, but he's come in here and he breaks up the play. He was almost trying to break up Scott Young there. Oh, a little elbow. Not very nice. Spotted by the referee. Yellow card. And let's hope Scott Young is all right as he gets back to his feet.
Yeah, as you say, Jackie, Norman Kelly's a lad who maybe doesn't get the plaudits he deserves. He's one of these players you don't notice so much, but very, very important to a team who are going to win trophies. You need someone in the middle of the park to do a bit of digging for you, and he certainly does that. Normally within the rules of the game, I may add.
Scott Young it is to take the free kick. And Ferguson, very clever. Sign of an experienced player. Little shimmy and lets it drift away for the goal kick. So there we are, about 9 minutes left of this first half. We still await the breakthrough. You get the impression the game hasn't really settled. It's frantic, isn't it, Marty?
No, it doesn't, Jackie. No one has really put their name on it either. There's no players really standing out at this moment in time, bar perhaps young Fitzgerald.
And here he is again, on cue. Fitzgerald finds McCann. Should be Bailey's, and is.
Once again, this young lad has come back from Rangers, as I say, end of the world, people would think, but you know, it's a big change for him, and he's applied himself very well.
In by Nixon, out by McDonald. Ferguson again, getting some space at times, Michael Ferguson. And here's Lockhart, immediately closed down, and closed down well by Marks. In by McCann, but that should be keeper's ball, just too close to Robert Robinson. Long kick from the keeper. Ferguson jostling as always. Now, well read by Gary Smith it was. I thought Jamie Marks was going to get there first, but Smith, well, he's still very pacey, as I said. Larmer, like Ferguson, he likes to hold it up and turn defenders. Little flick through, miscue by Lehman it was. Garth skates in there. Now Gavin Arthur fell to the wrong foot for Gavin Arthur. Had it fallen to the left. Look out, Alan Goff.
That's for sure. I would think Gavin would agree. His right foot's for standing on only. But that was poor defending in there. I mean, that ball should have been cleared. A bit of hesitancy on the Glentoran defender's behalf.
Yes, there it is. Not troubling Alan Goff. Gavin Arthur, 9 goals this season. He's missed a few games because of injury, so not a bad first season at Windsor Park.
Done very well, Jackie. And I'm sure he'd be delighted his old team stayed in the Premier Division last night. Crusaders beating Distillery.
3-1 Crusaders, wasn't it? To go through by a goal. Disappointment for Distillery, and Paul Kirk has done a great job down there.
Absolutely, fantastic.
But the Crews from the Shore Road stay in the top flight.
One of your old clubs, Jackie.
Yes, indeed.
We used to grace the left.
Did I ever tell you I won a championship? Don't get me started. We've got the big two. We will have highlights of that Crusaders Distillery game at half-time with Stephen and the boys in the studio here at Windsor Park. Just about, what, 6 minutes left. It's still 0-0. Beatty. He's one of the men to look out for. He's yet to make his mark, really, but he's working hard in that midfield, and perhaps it's been too competitive in midfield and the game hasn't really produced so many good chances, so a lot of people are doing good jobs for their team. Well, they were all in there, weren't they? And Murphy won it. Here's Ferguson. Losing out. Scott Young takes over, but just too far. It was a poor ball from Scott Young, and Fitzgerald could have been on the end of it.
I think Glenn lost possession there. He was just a little bit casual and he was looking around as if he had been fouled, but I don't think so.
So McDonald in front of the Glentoran supporters. Kelly, I was going to say he did well to keep it in fact he didn't, and Glentoran have the throw. And of course Glentoran playing at the home of Linfield today, but the Glens, whilst they've been erratic in the League Championship, we tend to forget that recently the form has been good. They're unbeaten in the last 14, as Fitzgerald now threatens. There's the footwork again. Lays it back. Nixon could drill it first time, he did, but not one of his better efforts. The man who's got one cup goal so far this season on the way to the final, on this his 249th appearance for the Glens. Not bad for a young man who's just 22 years of age, but he's obviously a defender with a shot like that.
Absolutely fantastic record, but I think when he looks at the replay, he'll realise he had a few yards in front of him.
Gary Smith cushions the header back to Gough.
It'll be a case of why didn't I?
Good kick by Gough. Halliday couldn't get there. Kelly off the referee. But Kelly will have to be careful now, treading an eggs after that yellow card.
Yeah, for such a competitive player, you know, he's on edge now, because if he makes another
mistime tackle,
he's in trouble.
Beatty. Now here is Norman Kelly. Opens up the play, finds McDonald. Marks wanted it and gets it. He's done well, I think, against Ferguson. Still doing well. Jamie Marks, good run, low ball. Oh, it's in, is it? Larmour off the bar. Ferguson was there, and still they survive. Well, the first real excitement of the afternoon.
What a save, Jackie. Alan Gough is absolutely phenomenal, pulling that ball out of the back of the net. Jimmy Marks does very well. They're
threatening again on the right-hand side, and it's drilled in. We're watching the replay. Great save. I thought Larmour had it in, then Ferguson was there. We switched to the other end. Well, that got the crowd buzzing, Marty.
Absolutely.
Here's Lockhart. Oh, look for the reverse ball, but no way through. Skates a bit casual. Kelly, Ferguson. And what a good time it would be to score just a few minutes before half-time. Here's Larmour. Ferguson didn't get there. Nixon got there ahead of him. Now, Gavin Arthur on the left foot this time, onto his right. He's hit it well, but not well enough to beat Alan Gough. And as you say, what a great reflex save just a few seconds ago. There's the attempt from Arthur, easily covered by Gough.
Deserved that little break, Alan. As I say, vastly experienced goalkeeper. That was a fantastic save. This is little situations like this say to you the Glentoran can win this game just because of that bit of magic. They've kept a clean sheet going in at half-time. The game has been 50-50, but that was a great save. That could be crucial, a turning point in a cup final. Absolutely, as you say. And he will be relieved, Roy Coyle. His keeper was up to it. It was a very good reflex save. Well, knowing Roy as I do, he'll say that's what he's paid for. So just over a minute of the opening 45 left in this 2001 Irish Cup final, and we almost had the opening goal just a matter of a minute ago. And it would have been the ideal time to score, not the ideal time to concede. Here's Lockhart to find Scott Young. Low ball through, little dummy, but that's Easton with the clearance. Ferguson, good old-fashioned shoulder charge there as Gary Smith gets it forward. Fitzgerald, good control again, little shimmy. Comes wide to find McCann. This is good from Glentoran. Good from Tim McCann. Great ball in. Well, it was Tom McDonald, I think, with the clearing header as Halliday awaited. Well, we had a chance at one end, now down the other. Great run from Tim McCann. What a good ball in. And let's see. Yes, it was indeed McDonald. Yeah, Tommy done very well. Good cover. Scott Young drifts it over. Halliday went in there, but again McDonald, the veteran as I call him. He always smiles when I call him that. He was there with the header. Here's Fitzgerald. Lehman. And that's Ferguson all the way back there. First class. He has a great work ethic, hasn't he, Marty? He certainly has. That was great defending from Tommy McDonald, and like the position young Michael Halliday took up. He was poised to pounce if there hadn't been a clearance.
Yes, he finds good positions for a young player. Now here's Beattie, bit of space, time to look up, feeds it left to find Ferguson. Last thrust as we move into time added on at the end of this first half. Here's Lockhart, all the way back to Scott Young. Lockhart, but McDonald now has the measure of him. 32-year-old breaks out, gives it to Ferguson. Lovely little ball to find Larmour. Will we have drama right at the end of this first half? Larmour finds the space, but blocked by Lehman. Good defending from the 23-year-old number 5. But Larmour, very dangerous run. And now it swings to the other end. It really has opened up a bit. Shouldn't be too much time to be added on as Lockhart gets it forward. Bailey met it. Tim McCann gets it back in there again. Met this time by Murphy. It's toing and froing. Bailey gives it to Marks. Did well. And then he's brought down. Wins the free kick. Beattie pleads that he won the ball.
Well, he did, but perhaps Jimmy Marks' foot was in between him and the ball. It took both of them for good measure.
Easton finds Gavin Arthur. Showed too much of that though to Tim McCann. Well, Gavin Arthur! Well, he drilled it in, and Goff did so well at that near post. That was really skidding on, Marty.
That was great positional sense from Alan McCall once again. A great strike from Gavin Arthur. Gavin she didn't rise 2 inches. It was a great effort.
Well, if we were watching that effort from Gavin Arthur, the referee has brought the first half to an end. It's still 0-0, but there'll be plenty of talking to do for Roy Coyle, and he'll be relieved. Linfield had a real chance just before the break, but it's still 0-0. There's Jimmy Brown with him, his assistant. So plenty of talking for Roy Coyle, and that man there, David Jeffrey, he's still seeking the double. They're still in this game at 0-0. So, Marty, how would you sum up the first half?
Well, I'm just watching Jimmy Brown and Roy Coyle walk across the park. I'm sure Roy said to Jimmy, how do you beat Linfield in an Irish Cup final? Jimmy knows how. I haven't done so with Carrick Rangers when they were a B-Division club.
76.
76, but I wouldn't like to be a fly on the wall in either of those two changes. I think both managers will be asking for a lot more from their players.
David Jeffrey competing, as Mark said, with the band here this afternoon. We are about ready for the start of this second half of this nationwide Irish Cup final of 2001. Prize fund this year, 35,000. The winners will pick up 11,000 of that, plus the trophy, of course. The runners-up will get 6,000. Both sides as they started. No substitutions as yet. Fitzgerald gets the little nod on. Beattie arrived, charged down by the other skipper, Noel Bailey. Ferguson forward by Kelly. There's a run from Larmour, but that's Lehman. Ferguson couldn't pick up on it though. Gary Smith gets it forward. Fitzgerald appeared to be pushed in the back by Bailey. I don't think the free kick's been given, but a goal, remember, would change everything, and the whole atmosphere, which is supercharged in this stadium, as McDonald gives away a free kick in a dangerous position. Lockhart, he leaves it for Scott Young, who's the dead ball specialist. There he is, the little Scot. McDonald and Marks form the wall as that ball drifts across, and well taken by Robinson as Gary Smith was up there at the back post. He's done well, Robinson, hasn't he?
Yeah, once again, if you start the half check, that'll get him going again. He's done very well.
Nixon. Too far for Halliday.
Do you know, Jackie, we're talking about Tommy McDonald in the first half. I remember a long time ago, Tommy coming into the distillery team as a 17-year-old, shoulder length there. How things change, eh?
And there he is. Now with not too much here. Getting the header and winning the throw-in. 32-year-old, but he's had a good career. This is a great extension, now 4 years at Windsor Park. at his first Irish Cup final for Linfield. He's been a loser twice, as I said earlier. He said third time lucky, perhaps. We shall see. Gary Smith, Bailey, Scott Young, but skates in there very quickly. Very energetic player is Gareth Skates. As Scott Young found his toss there. Here's Fitzgerald, leaves it for Beatty. That looks like a free kick. Clever play from Beatty.
Yeah, I think Peter was clipped there quite rightly. The referee has given a free kick. Noel doesn't seem to agree, but yeah, I think it's the right decision was made.
So Bailey and company having to defend. Michael Ferguson, the under-21 international, swings it in. Beatty is there. He got a little touch on it and Halliday was going in, but it was off the head of John Easton and away for the corner. Big day for that young man there as that ball came in. Lovely little flick on here, as you'll see, by Beatty. And Easton did well. Good covering job by the defender. So Scott Young it is. Gary Smith is up there, but that was well won by Murphy. Marks did well to get it out, and he gets a free kick in the process. Murphy, always very assured, isn't he, in the middle of that defence?
Excellent defender. Also, John Easton, very unassuming lad. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. Once again in there, good covering header. Hasn't really given Tim too much room. Closes people down, and a hard player to play against.
Well, isn't it good to see such a big crowd? Some 14,000 here today, but they are waiting a first goal. As indeed all of you at home are. And that was Ferguson's clearance, just getting it away anywhere. The young man. Larmour holding it up. Did well to find the space, and Goff is out there. That was Lehman, took it away from his keeper. Norman Kelly went down, but nothing given. McDonald, but couldn't find a way past the head of Darren Lockhart. The second half has started at quite a pace. Mark's first time ball, but that's well behind and will not trouble Alan Goff. Not a good ball. He's usually a better... He delivers better balls than that, Jamie Marks. Not on that occasion.
As I was saying prior to half-time, Jackie, I would imagine both managers probably had a pop at the players to get the finger out and produce a bit better. And it looks as if both teams are now going for the jugular vein.
Great shot there with the cup stand in the background. Lockhart's flick. Now Fitzgerald. Handball, says the referee. Five minutes gone in this second half. And the crowd, they were a bit quiet towards the end of the first half, but they're certainly picked up. And a great atmosphere for these players. Mark's little flick, but here's Gary Smith. Well, he waited too long. Larmour did well, David Larmour. Mark's through. Ferguson. Now Marks, he can keep it in, but not a good cross. Ferguson it was with the block. Through, looking for Larmour, but that's Scott Young to hook it to safety, and then Fitzgerald. Norman Kelly, the two number 10s flashing, one by Beatty. Scott Young will go right to Nixon. Fitzgerald. Well, he miscued it. He was looking for a 1-2 with Colin Nixon.
Gavin Arthur has been giving Colin Nixon an awful lot, because normally Colin plays his best football in the opposition half the pitch, overlaps very well, but he's his hands full at the moment with Gavin.
Yeah, good spot, Marty. Easton. Tim McCann doing the covering job on Gavin Arthur.
I just have a feeling that Roy has said to his full-back Nixon to progress a bit further up the park.
The first goal will be crucial, particularly now that we're into the second half. Tom McDonald gets it in. Ferguson could be on the end of... Well, it was won by Lehman, and a bit of backing in, says the referee. Free kick goes against Glenn Ferguson in Linfield.
Young Lehman's done very well today, Jackie. He's a lad that you can throw the Glentoran shirt on. Doesn't matter about the number or the position. He's a dyed-in-the-wool Glen man, born in the shadows of the Oval, and certainly wears that jersey with pride. A great lad.
Yes, there he is, a very versatile young man, a very pleasant young man as well, Paul Lehman. Forward by Goff, who made that brilliant double save just before half-time to keep it at 0-0. Lehman's header found Larmour, but Glentoran won it back. Tim McCann turned into trouble. Now Gary Smith lost it there for the moment. Larmour, could be something on here. Skates goes wide to find Ferguson, but the momentum has been lost.
Perhaps the wrong ball was played there. The lad should have maybe taken a touch on and had a pop at it himself, but unlucky.
So Linfield thought they had a throw.
I think Spike was actually offside on that occasion.
As Mr. Coyle looks on, he knows this is very evenly balanced. The first goal will be crucial.
Very shrewd campaigner. Roy knows his way around these cups. Done very well this season in lifting the Nationwide Gold Cup v Coleraine earlier in the season.
And just listen to the crowd. They really have come to life. Now here's Fitzgerald. Finding space. Found Halliday. Beatty. Here's Scott Young. Forced to go back. Finds Nixon. Showed too much of that and he's given it away. Ferguson could come right and does to find Jamie Marks. McDonald is inside him. Skips past his man Marks. Good covering there by Nixon. The break on here. Darren Lockhart. The flag is up. I was about to say it stays down. I think the linesman got it right, but it was very, very close.
Yeah, we were just in line with that one, Jackie, and marginally offside, unfortunately. The lad just made us run slightly early.
There's the man, I think, who got it right. McDonald. Ferguson. Glentoran get it wide to McCann. Halliday ahead of him. There he is. Lockhart in the middle. At the other number 11. Bailey will get there first. And that stays in play. Good covering by Bailey once again. Tim McCann. And it was playing towards the Cop stand last year in the final that Tim McCann heard down the right wing and set up the winner for Ian Gulzine. Well, now, that was close. Larmour going in. David Jeffrey appealing to the linesman again.
That was a close call. I'd like to see that one again. I think perhaps Allen just lifted the ball outside the box, but
I think you're right. I think you're right. And Mr. Jeffrey and company certainly had a case. The keeper was fortunate.
Very much so. Very much so, Alan.
And they disagree big time. And Mr. Jeffrey below me, he's right beside the linesman. He's giving him a right earful. You can see him in the back of your picture there.
Big man's firing on all cylinders now. If he gets that spur 3 into his team, we're in for one hell of a match.
So Alan Goff, fortunate, as I said, to get away with that. Won by Murphy. The up and under is from Ferguson. Lockhart, bit of wrestling there. Lockhart, McDonald. Free kick goes McDonald's way. Best of 3 falls, and the number 2 won it. Kelly's flick on, Ferguson's flick, Larmour, down he goes, nothing given. And immediately, Jeffrey off the bench below me, as Larmour was sent tumbling, but I'm not sure they have a good case. Be interesting to see it again. First impressions, Marty, before we see the replay?
Well, no, I would give the defender the benefit of the doubt. I thought he used his body to get between the ball and the player.
And here's Bailey. Here we go. Marty, let's have a look at this.
Oh, sorry about that, Jackie. Might be slightly different.
Could have been a penalty.
Could have been a penalty. Seen them given.
Yes, Larmer had touched the ball, and then his feet were taken slightly. Now, here's Ferguson. But there's Lehman again. What a game he's having in the heart of that defence, and has to be a contender for man of the match. But there's a long way to go. Some 32.5 minutes at least. Nixon did well to hold off the advances of Ferguson. The overhead from Lockhart. Bailey just about judged it right. Now, here's Fitzgerald. But taken away from him by Murphy.
As you were saying, Jackie, both sets of central defenders seem to be well on top of their job. Yeah, and doing very well.
As you say that, Marty, Lehman has won it. Found Nixon, and he finds McCann. Deja vu, McCann down that right wing. Here's Nixon, chance for the cross, delivers it. Fitzgerald is here. But it was just too high for him all the while. He couldn't get above it. It was a similar type of move that Glentoran got the winner against Distillery here in the semi-final. Fitzgerald got that. That time it was a low cross. On this occasion, it was in the air, and it was always just that bit high, wasn't it?
Actually, the little fella done well to get up on the end of that there. He was unlucky that he couldn't get putting it down. An excellent cross from Colin Nixon, who I've said has crossed the halfway line more this half than he has in the whole of the first 45.
Bailey. But methinks it's boiling up. Why do I get the impression a goal is in the offing? Maybe I'm being optimistic. My producer says I'm never wrong. I'm not sure I would agree with that, but let's hope we get goals, plural. At the moment, it's 0-0, just coming up to the hour mark. McCann finds Halliday, who couldn't control it, but he sets off in pursuit. Keeper's ball. John Easton. Lovely little bit of play. We've got a man down. I can't see for the moment who it is. Roy Coyle has a look at the watch. Yeah, just coming up to the hour mark, Roy, as I said. It's Lockhart, I think, is the man down. Yes, it is Darren Lockhart. Glentoran, well, on the bench today, they've got Chris Walker, a defender, Martin Hunter, a midfielder, and Justin McBride, of course. And on the bench for Linfield, Chris Morgan, striker, Stephen Collier, fullback, and Stephen Beattie, 31-year-old midfielder. But Lockhart will not be wanting to leave this Irish Cup final. Well, there's the team meeting in midfield. They are urging the men in the blue shirts forward. Running repairs for Tom McDonald from Terry Hayes, the physio. A little bit of blood there. Bloody nose, I'm not sure. Lip, I think it's the nose. Glentoran fans in the north stand opposite. Plenty of colourful outfits today. It really is a gala occasion. The league championship, everybody wants to win that one, of course, and the man beside me, Marty Quinn, has won it with Cliftonville. And it's a great feeling, but this is the day out.
This is the one you remember, Jackie. As I said, Cliftonville won it 22 years ago, and it's as if it was yesterday. You can still see the goal going in from Tony Bell in the last minute.
Now, I think Lockhart is going off. Well, play goes on. I think Lockhart may be going off, and Justin McBride may be getting ready to come on. And that would be welcomed by a lot of Glentoran supporters of the 29-year-old. There he is, with the very short haircuts. A man who's been some 11 years at the Oval. Had a testimonial just recently. So Lockhart off, as I said. And just listen to the welcome.
Yeah,
he's been a good player over the years.
Just as the sort of boy could come in and turn this game on its head. Just as to where he's going to figure, I'm not quite sure. I would think he's going to be right up through the middle. Fitzgerald will probably move to the flanks.
Yes, here is Fitzgerald on the flank, whips it in. That's a good ball. Tim McCann at the back post. And there's Justin, first involvement. He gives away the free kick. But Justin McBride, top scorer this season with 16, 3 of those in the cup. It's only his second Irish Cup final. He won in '96, but he missed '98 because of suspension, and he missed last year because of injury. On by Larmour. Jamie Marks making ground, but that was Ferguson's clearance.
Justin will be so hungry to do well, and once again another dyed-in-the-wool Glentoran fan on the transfer list. Could this be the game to reprieve his Glentoran career?
Indeed, could have been his last game for the club, although they do have another league game to play. But it seems amazing that he could be on his way out of the Oval.
Yeah, well, this is all cost-cutting. Unfortunately, Roy has to do these things to bring other players on board, but quality player, quality guy.
Halliday did well to win it. Well, he felt that challenge from Gavin Arthur, but still Glentoran come forward. Here's the man we were talking about, McBride, and he's won the free kick. Good position for Glentoran.
This is what Justin's very good at, holding the ball up, committing defenders. They'll come in and they'll try and win it. He's a strong lad. Don't be surprised with his height. He's a strong lad. He can look after himself. Very, very dangerous player.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking as well, Marty, the man they brought on as sub last year in the second half, Ian Gulzine, proved
if he gets
the manager right. He scored the winner. Scott Young gets it across. Linfield get it out. Fitzgerald back in. Oh, well, Nixon was right up there, and there wasn't a flag. Nice little ball in by Fitzgerald. Through the ranks, there was Nixon, and he just couldn't control it.
Without a shadow of doubt, Jackie, the quality of the ball from Tim McCann last year to Alan Gulzine, I'm quite sure that you could have headed that one into net as well.
Yes, it was a great ball looking back, and a driven cross, and Gulzine diving. It was a marvellous goal to win a cup final. Away by Bailey. It's out of play. It's taken quickly. There's a good pace about the game now, and there's another free kick taken very quickly by Scott Young, but that's much too far for Nixon, and that was Bailey with the clearance.
Once again, all in a good position to clean things up.
Well, he knows that Glentoran are having a good little period here. Tim McCann being held up. Scott Young, lovely little chip. Here's McBride, and that's MacDonald with the clearance. "20 minutes gone in this second half. It's still Glentoran 0, Linfield 0.
That was a very inviting little ball in from Scott Young. Not only was it a good ball, it also commits defenders, and it asks questions in the penalty box.
Little flick on there, but too far ahead of Justin McBride. Marks got a touch on it. Gary Smith held off the challenge of Larmour. Another man, Gary Smith, who's had a very good game alongside Lehman, and that was Lehman's clearance. Beatty won it. It's head tennis for the moment. Now it's down to the foot of Tim McCann. Chip through. Well, the flag was up quite rightly against Halliday. He keeps getting them right, the linesman.
Yes, on that occasion once again, Jackie.
So Bailey.
Glentoran have probably started the better of the two teams in this half. They've had more inventiveness and have been putting more balls in the box. Now we have a striker on board, Jackie.
Well, we have a streaker. It is live television after all. And some of these people just have to perform for the cameras and for the fans. He's a brave young man, because it's parky enough this afternoon.
It certainly is, Jackie.
Immediately wrestled away by the stewards.
If that's the only off-the-field incident today, Jack, I think everyone will be home quite happy.
Well, a few smiles from the fans there.
For sure.
Well, we haven't had a goal.
I just hope he doesn't end up like Billy Connolly. We'll never be able to live it down.
So the Streakers lead by 1-0. We still await the first real goal of this game, halfway through the second half. Ferguson, lovely ball to find Larmour. Larmour finds a bit of space. Larmour! He couldn't finish it. His weaker side, and there's his disgust. He knows it should have been goal number 26 of the season. Found the space, found the run, but couldn't keep it down.
Done everything right. First touch was excellent, got himself into a good position. Unfortunately, just as you say, couldn't keep the ball down.
Well, Alan Goff, he thought he was going to be busy. In the end, he wasn't. But that little move will have lifted Linfield a bit, because Glentoran were having a nice little period, so they've really reminded Glentoran that two teams are playing in this game.
That's for sure. As I say, with quality players like Ferguson, Army, you can't lack concentration for 1 second.
So MacDonald to get Linfield forward. Well won by Nixon it was. Halliday helps it on. Now McBride can help it on. Fitzgerald. Quick break on here as the blue shirts try to get back. Plenty of green shirts at the back post. Still Fitzgerald. Still going. And Bailey did such a good job there to put him off Marty.
Once again, young Fitzgerald picks it up, has a go at the defenders, asked him a question in the 18-yard box. Noel used all his experience to clear that.
McBride couldn't control it. That's Kelly. Larmour lets it go to Ferguson. Well, Larmour won't appreciate that ball from Glenn Ferguson. Was never going to catch it, David Larmour. And could he rue that chance a few minutes ago? Cup finals can turn on small things.
Yeah, just one lapse of concentration, one mistake, and I'm afraid it can be all over. It looks like it's going to be a goal winner in this game, Jackie. I can't really see where the goal's going to come from at this moment in time, but you never know.
So Larmour goes forward. There's Smith again. Tim McCann. Beatty being nudged in the back by Norman Kelly. Has to be careful, Kelly, already booked, the only man booked so far in this final.
Yeah, such a competitive player in Norman. The next time he'll just have to be very, very careful. It would be a shame for him to go. He's a competitive lad, he gives 100%. There's no malice in his efforts to win the ball, but a wholehearted player.
I would go along with that, Marty. Here's Halliday trying to win it. Youngster went down. I think he was looking for a penalty. It was never going to be given. Ferguson against Lehman, and Lehman did so well again.
Yeah, Paul has done very, very well. Very impressive. There's Mr. Coyle out trying to get his players on their toes. They must be well pleased with their efforts in this half.
And you have to pick our man of the match today. Glad it's not my job.
Yeah. Well, you know, as an ex-defender, Jackie, I'm not going to be picking a defender necessarily, but at this moment in time, I do feel that defenders are in with a good chance. Young Fitzgerald in the first 45, done very well, got on the end of a couple of things, was well to the fore, but there's a long way to go yet. There's a lot of football to be played yet.
Yes, indeed. And as you say, if it's 1 goal the winner, the man who gets the goal will be the hero. It could well be the man of the match.
That's for sure.
He would certainly be the man of the match for the winners. But as it is, over 71 minutes gone, it's still 0-0. Remember, 30 minutes of extra time and a replay on Saturday fortnight. Today fortnight if we don't get a decision. Last time we had extra time was 98 when Glentoran beat Glenavon. John Kennedy, who's not in the 14 today, he got a 97th minute winner. Now, a run here from McBride. Murphy did well, and then Bailey. Gavin Arthur's lost it. McCann's chip forward, flag stays down. Halliday. Easton back covering. The youngster against the veteran. And Linfield get the goal kick. He can't believe it, but well done, John Easton.
John got the lucky break, but he certainly deserved it. That was good, resolute defending. He was just saying to him, there's no way you're going past. That was excellent. Big Hart didn't commit himself. The player was just inside the box. Stood up to his task very well, and I think the linesman made the right decision.
Yeah, I think it was off the foot of the Glentoran player. McCann skips inside. McBride did well, being held up though, and that's away by Skates. But both defences are holding out. Larmour. The run on here for Jamie Marks. Flag stays down, no blue shirts in the middle at the moment. Well, Marks didn't really have anybody to put it to. But still Linfield come forward. Well, they've given it away. Break on here if they can stay onside. Fitzgerald in behind McDonald. Halliday in the middle. Scott Young is arriving. Still Fitzgerald makes the space. Good block by the keeper, and Bailey away to safety, but more danger from Fitzgerald.
Yes, again, he's coming into the game very well. He's picking it up, having a go at defenders, asking questions. I would question his supportive play from the right-hand side. I would expect to see Glentoran players enticing across, but it wasn't to be. A great save from Robinson, though. The Glentoran players are going to have to support the boy a little better, I feel.
So Fitzgerald in the middle as Scott Young took it. And that's McDonald just happy to get it away.
Any point in the storm, Jackie, when you're under a bit of pressure, let's get the ball in the opposition
But
half.
he did so well with that save.
Absolutely, got well behind it. Excellent save.
Well, there's Stephen Beattie. It's coming on, and it's Norman Kelly. Midfielder for a midfielder. Well, Norman won't be too pleased, but the manager might be concerned about that booking he has.
Yes, possibly that's the reason behind it, but Stephen on a swan song. Stephen will be leaving Linfield this season after a long service, and what a way for him to go out if he can make a big contribution to the game.
Yeah.
He's been here 11 years, a quality player, one that's no secret I would be very keen to take to Korea.
You'll make a bid after the game, eh? So, Glentoran's throw. And it's now Linfield's throw. Just over 15 minutes left of the 90.
Set piece-wise, Stephen could have a big input into this game. Quality left peg, not afraid to shoot from any angle or distance.
Yes, he's certainly got that, Stephen Beattie. 11 years here, as you said, Marty. Over 450 appearances. It's his fourth Irish Cup final. Lost in 92, but that was a winner in 94 and 95. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Now McBride to Fitzgerald. But no way past Bailey this time. Good covering again by the Linfield skipper. Something you feel has got to give. And this time Scott Young leaves it for Justin McBride. Beattie in the middle. Gary Smith is up there as well. Halliday won it, but directed it, well, not with much pace on it from Halliday. And no problems for Robinson, who finds Jamie Marks. Poor ball from Gareth Skates. Paul Lehman's clearance. Fitzgerald. There's a run from Halliday inside. Well, Murphy did a covering job, and here's Halliday, the 21-year-old. And he squandered a real chance, and he knows it. He got away from Murphy, but again he would prefer the right foot. Robinson beaten, but wide of the mark.
Yes, he done very well, but Winky wouldn't have been as positive as I would like him to have to be. I just felt he lacked a little bit of concentration. It was a little bit casual, and he could get his team crossed in that position.
And there's his reaction as well. Disappointment for him and disappointment for the manager. He thought they'd got the breakthrough. Now, the other end, Linfield move forward. Garth Skates Thought about Jamie Marks, drills it into the middle, blocked by Smith it was. Tim McCann. It really is moving about now. McCann on a run, he's got the pace. And McBride just offside. And I think the linesman again got it right.
Yes, he was right up with the play, Jackie.
Well, there were a few missiles, were there, going down on the linesman there. Let's hope that is not the case. And I think there was a nudge in the back on Larmour by Gary Smith. Linfield have the free kick.
The game's certainly flowing from end to end now, and maybe there's a goal coming along somewhere.
Yes, I was saying that something surely has to give. McDonald floats it in. Ferguson has already won the header. Well, it just missed the angle. He's so good in the air as Glenn Ferguson. Very good ball in, and he climbed above the defenders, but just couldn't find the top corner.
Unlucky, Jack. He took up a good position, hung in the air, got a good header, and just unfortunately the ball went over the top. But this is what Linfield will have to do more. Glenn's a predator. Give him a ball to the back stick, and as I said earlier in the game, 9 times out of 10 he'll put it in the onion bag, but they haven't been supplying him with the necessary service.
So the hitman out of luck. Here he is again, Ferguson. Good run on here for Gavin Arthur. Keeper in no man's land, Alan Goff, but he got a touch to it. Well, he made the wrong decision, Goff, and he was fortunate. But he did his job again.
He done his job, but that should have been 1-0. Gavin
Here's a break.
better.
Sorry, Marty. Tim McCann, low cross, away by Bailey. Well, it really is. What's the cliche? End to end.
End to end, Jackie. As I say, Gavin should have done better. He knows himself. He should have. There was a simple opportunity. Clip it over the top of the goalkeeper. 1-0.
And as I said, Alan Goff, he made the wrong option. He was in no man's land. Won by Lehman. Scott Young. Gary Smith. Murphy net it. Now Jamie Marks. The game really has opened up. Marks, lovely ball to find Skates. He can hit it first time. But no real venom in the shot from Garth Skates to trouble Goff. But a sweet move.
Once again, Alan took up a good position and made it look quite easy, but Garth would know himself. He should have put more on it.
And now we go to the other end. Tim McCann. Oh, a little 9-iron there, but too far ahead of Halliday. Tim McCann explaining things. And he heads it goalwards, but that will be Robinson's ball. Here's Ferguson. Leaves it for Alan Goff. Just 10 minutes left of the 90. We could well be heading for extra time. Beatty's header forward by Beatty. Skates doing the covering job. Here's just McBride. He's really been buzzing since he come on, and he's won the corner. A little number 15, 29 years of age. Once again, Gary Smith, the bottom of your picture, Beatty in there. As McBride swings it over, Gary Smith got a head on it, but he was under pressure from Glenn Ferguson. It was McBride. Away by Tom McDonald, timely challenge. McBride. No way past John Easton though, and he opts for safety first. But it is on a knife edge now. Nixon, McBride has got a bad ball and he couldn't control it. Yeah, there's this look of disappointment, Marty.
I think Justin was taken by surprise. Colin probably didn't expect the ball to end up at his feet, and as I say, it took the lad by surprise. Should have done better, but there you go. It's definitely a goal winner now, Jackie.
Oh yes, I was going to say, Marty, what is it? 8 minutes or so of the 90. It's a very nervous time for all the players. As you say, a piece of brilliance could win it, but a mistake, anything, and it's all over. Jamie Marks. Larmour ahead of him. Skates. It's a poor ball though. Will not get to McDonald. And that's Fitzgerald, but he's given it away. Skates. Here's Beattie. Skates again. Immediately closed down by Young. Here's Larmour. It's really pinging about the ball. They don't waste too much time. Halliday. Ferguson. Halliday again, but Bailey got there first. No, he didn't. No, just McBride. It's 1 against 1. And McCann was over on the far side. Had he controlled it, had he spotted him, Glentoran could have been in. Glentoran get it back. Ferguson. Halliday. Well, that's Easton to cut it out. But again, it's given away. And Lehman, well, I thought he was going to go across to Nixon. Opts for his goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper now gives it to Colin Nixon. As Marty said, Colin Nixon, a man who likes to get forward. McCann. Tim McCann. Good ball in. Scott Young finding space. McBride. Low cross. 1-0. Halliday. He's missed it. I cannot believe it. Neither will he.
The boy's name were in lights, Jackie.
Roy Coyle is astonished. So too the Glentoran support. The boy who has done so well recently. I did say it's 1-0. It should have been. My goodness, what a chance.
Should have been all over Jackie. Probably fell on the lad's weaker side. Great move down there. Good ball in there. Tap it in, Michael. There's your name and glory, son. Unlucky.
As you say, name and lights now. The other end, Ferguson. Could they really pay? Glenn Ferguson moved wide. Jamie Marks, Ferguson's header. But again, Linfield could have done better as well. There's the disappointment of Glenn Ferguson. But what a moment and what a chance for Michael Halliday. This is the Linfield chance. Again, Glentoran did well to hold up Ferguson and company.
They done well in getting people behind the ball, but I've seen Glenn in there. He's normally clinical, but it didn't happen today.
Here's Fitzgerald. Is there a winner in this game? Is there a winner in the 90 minutes, I meant to say. But young Halliday, he'll have to shrug that off and forget about it. Not easy to do, of course, but he's got to get on with it, and he could still end up the hero, of course. Here's Gary Smith, but plenty of blue shirts there. Marks. Late challenge. I think there's going to be a yellow card here for the Glentoran skipper, Pete Beattie.
That's one young Michael will look back on in years to come in horror, I'm afraid. But he learned from it. He's, as I say, a great first season. He should hold his head up high. He's performed very, very well today.
Yes, he's worked very hard, and as we were saying earlier, he's one of those players that can find positions.
That's right. He works along the line. He's got good pace. He runs the channels very, very well. And as I say, he got himself in a good position. He dropped off people, done everything right, bar stick the ball in the back of the net.
So McDonald, just over 4 minutes left. It's still 0-0. It really should be 1-0 to Glentoran, but goalless as it comes to Ferguson. Bailey won it. Skates. Found Gavin Arthur. He finds Marks. Colin Nixon chases on up front. Well judged by William Murphy. Nixon into the path of Fitzgerald, who can cause a few problems. Nice little ball here. Scott Young skips past his man but couldn't control it, and that's Bailey with the clearance. It's all happening, Marty.
Once again, no comes to the Linfield aid. That was a good ball, actually. Could have committed. Big Winky just inside the box. They're the type of balls we ask defenders questions. Winky's experienced enough not to commit himself on that one, but Noel Bailey once again supreme.
Ferguson's throw. Here's Halliday. Marks got a touch of Ferguson. Well, I thought it did. So did David Jeffrey. Halliday. Gavin Arthur. Outside of the left foot, hooks it away to safety. Ball still in play. Gary Smith, 3 minutes left. The minutes ebbing away. Ferguson's header will not find Larmour. David Jeffrey looks on. He'll know they could have been one down, but it's still 0-0. Michael Ferguson gets the free kick. Linfield are trying to bring a substitute on. I see Collier down. They want to take off Tom McDonald. That's about to happen. There's Tom McDonald making his way off. And Stephen Collier coming on, number 13, 25-year-old, for his first Irish Cup final. So a defender for a defender. He immediately slots in at right back. So, do we have drama here? We're inside the last 2 minutes. Howell Beatty, they were climbing all over him. It was William Murphy, but nothing given. Lehman. Good ball wide to find Nixon, asking a bit of pace from the fullback, and he gets it. And I think he's got the free kick as well.
No doubt about that, Jackie. No malice, no intent. Glenn was trying to win the ball.
Well, Garth
Sorry,
is
Gareth,
not a malicious player. There we are. He was slightly late, no questions. Free kick. Glentoran still trying to push forward. Scott Young. McBride. Nixon. This is good. Scott Young. Low cross. Beatty's there. Well, it was Beatty with the clearance. And what a timely clearance it was, as the Glentoran skipper was threatening. Now there's a break at the other end. Marks goes down. No free kick. Lehman gets it forward. Chase on here for Halliday. He really has worked hard, the youngster. But Murphy takes it away from him. And Halliday has given away the goal kick. Can't fault his work rate.
Absolutely no way. That was a great interception from Stephen Beatty. Got right in there. As I say, that I think the ball would have broke for the Glentoran player. Stephen got his body in between the ball and the goal, and done well.
Here's this low cross. Ball. Good ball, and that's good defending by Beatty when it had to be.
Excellent.
We are seconds away from the 90 minutes being complete. Now into time added on. And a goal now would certainly win it. Marks. Beatty is all the way forward now. Ferguson to take over. Tries to find the space, no way past Beatty, who's gone down. Linfield still come forward. Stephen Beatty, good covering though by Tim McCann, and he's kept it in. Beatty is still down. There he is, and he doesn't lie down for nothing, Pete Beatty. It was the clash with Glenn Ferguson.
Yeah, I think Glenn's momentum just carried him through. Again, no intent whatsoever. Noel Beatty, very sportsmanlike, put the ball out of play in the heat of this situation.
Well, in fact, as we look at this, Glenn Ferguson was apologising to Beatty.
Yeah,
what
that's
tension. Sorry, Marty, for managers. Little drink for Mr. Coyle there.
I'm sure that's only a bottle of water Roy has there, exactly.
You know all about the tensions of being a manager.
I'd love to be here today, Jack. This is a great occasion, as I said to you earlier on. This is a great spectacle, great advertisement for Irish League football. We have a lot of people across the shores to go and watch the Man Uniteds and the Liverpools, the Rangers, the Celtics. We're crying out in the Irish League for these people to come and support us locally, and the game will improve, the standards will improve.
Yeah, plenty of discussion there on the Linfield bench. Chris Morgan there with the top on. He still has a chance to come on. William Murphy getting a little bit of treatment from Terry Hayes.
Probably at this moment in time, both teams deserve another bite at the cherry. You know, I feel that she's on the blow now. It'll go into extra time. Very evenly balanced game. I wouldn't like to tip a winner at this moment in time. I'll sit on the fence.
The fans await. Will they get a decision today? Mr. Irvine, he's had a good game, I have to say. He hasn't missed too much.
Done very well with Leslie.
Beattie. We're now in the 93rd minute. And this large crowd look as though they're going to get their money's worth with 30 minutes of extra time. Well, that's blocked away by Beattie. Back in, there's Bailey. Scott Young just chips it through. No free kick given. And a chance for Linfield to bring it out. Skates. Here's Collier. Down the line. Gets the run of Larmour. But Gary Smith was there. Hooked on by Ferguson. Linfield have it again. Skates a bit of space. As the referee brings it to an end, there's the ball in the net. That's good to see, but it won't count. And there's the man who really should have put it in the net not that long ago for Glentoran, Michael Halliday. And as I said, he has to shrug that off and get on with it. He's facing, along with the rest of them and the fans, 30 minutes of extra time. A little shake of the head there. I think Roy Coyle might have been saying, it's all right, son, just get on with it. So, Marty, what did we make of that?
Well, an evenly balanced game, Jackie.
Here's the chance, Marty, sorry.
Yeah.
And what a chance it was.
Yeah, Michael should have done better. That was the best chance of the 90 minutes. But as I say, David and Roy will be getting the players up. They'll be having that belief. Come on, lads, you've got that little extra mile. Let's give it a bit more for our fans. And there's a lot of football to be played yet. Personally, I honestly think there's going to be a winner on the day, Jackie. I just think something's going to give. Hopefully, from the players' point of view, it's not a mistake. Let's have a bit of quality. Let's have a good goal from play.
Okay, so at the end of the 90 minutes, it's 0-0. We await the extra time. I think we have Rory Hamill for a comment. There he is.
Indeed we do, Jackie. Rory, the boys, Jackie and Marty Quinn, just saying that really you should have wrapped it up. Michael Halliday should have been 1-0.
Yeah, we definitely had a couple of chances there in the second half. We should have had it wrapped up. I think we're pressing well and we're creating enough opportunities, so hopefully we can continue that in the extra time period.
Yeah, the Glentoran faithful, you were all heading off there. You weren't aware that it was extra time.
No, that's it. We were just told it was 90 minutes and then it would be a replay, you know. But I'm sure there's another 30 minutes of football here. It'll be exciting enough.
A lot of tired legs out there. How do you see that extra time shaping up?
I think we've got the stamina and amongst our squad. They lasted 30 minutes. We've been doing a lot of hard work and training, you know, and our stamina and fitness is well up there.
Have you been able to set aside your own disappointment and get involved, as it were, as a spectator today?
I am gradually getting into the mood as a supporter at the minute, you know, so it's been very exciting up there in the North Stand, and the atmosphere within the ground's been brilliant.
OK, Rory, thank you very much.
The thoughts there of Rory Hamill. Let's have a word maybe from Johnny Jameson and Billy Hamilton back in the studio. Lads, what did you make of that second half?
I think that Glentoran have had the lion's share of the play. But having said that, once Glentoran have had a chance, the ball breaks up the other end of the park, and it's been really end-to-end stuff. It's been very entertaining, but I think Linfield were quite lucky to have weathered that second half.
Yeah, I think that the Glens have had most of the play, of course, and poor Michael will have nightmares about that. The unfortunate thing for it is the fact that he's played so well throughout the game, and to have that chance and miss it, so unfortunate for the lad. But we're looking forward to that. I think the Glens have had control of the game, and hopefully they can take that into the extra time.
I think Linfield can count themselves lucky to be still, going into extra time. And sometimes that happens in football. You ride your luck, and then it turns in your favour. And I have a wee sneaking suspicion now that the Blues could nick this.
Managers have done their bit. An important time for managers Marty.
Yeah,
Bit
well,
of tiredness creeping in, of course.
absolutely, Jackie. This is the time now where people maybe come in a bit sluggishly, commit themselves,
Yeah,
perhaps
I
give
just
away a
picked it
silly
up.
free kick or a penalty kick. You know, players have to be very, very cautious now coming into, especially in the last 10 minutes of the second half of this game.
Well, there's a shot of Roy Coyle. What will the outcome be? As Marty said, he thinks we'll get a winner. I think he might be right. There's another toss-up, two skippers. And below me, Linfield have made another substitution. Chris Morgan is making his entrance. I didn't see who was coming off. Gavin Arthur, I think. There he is. Chris Morgan, a young man who's got 16 goals this season. All of those scored at Windsor Park. In fact, Gavin Arthur is still on the park, so we'll sort that out. So, as you can hear, still a real buzz at Windsor Park. We haven't had a goal yet, but both sets of fans expecting much. We've sorted it out, and we think John Easton, well, I'm sure John Easton now is the man who's gone off, and Stephen Collier has gone to left back. So just after 5 minutes to 5 on this Saturday, May the 5th, and away we go. Will we get a decision? Halliday couldn't find McBride. First touch for Morgan. Wasn't a good one. He's given away the throw in. Tim McCann. Just McBride. Low cross. Here's Halliday. Oh, nice little touch, and that was Beattie with the clearance. So Bailey marshalling the troops, as always. Colin Nixon will take the throw. And here he is with the cross. Now, Fitzgerald was there. A little ricochet, and Linfield have it with Garth Skates. Ferguson, Larmour making runs ahead of him. But he couldn't get past Michael Ferguson. Nice little run though from Skates. The referee wants Jamie Marks back a little bit.
Gareth picked that ball up in his own half, made a good run. Perhaps he should have propelled the ball to the back stick where he had Ferguson and Larmour both spinning off their defenders.
Beattie, Scott Young. Young and Beattie have really worked hard in that midfield today, and this is Nixon. Too high for McBride. Murphy won the header. No. Morgan loses out. Scott Young. Here's Nixon. Back to Lehman. And that's all the way through to Robinson. Ferguson. Bundling into the back end was Michael Ferguson. Jamie Marks. Ferguson herring into the middle. Connie Smith's clearance. Beattie. Marks. Morgan. Linfield now with three recognised strikers on the pitch. Off the head of Lehman. Unfortunately into the hands of Goff. Tim McCann. Ahead of him is McBride, who receives. There's a run from Nixon. He likes good up there, Colin Nixon. If he can deliver a good cross now, Halliday's header! And he's just missed the angle, and that has to go down as another half chance and more.
That was a good opportunity. Once again, Colin Nixon on overlap. Ball from Tim McCann, excellently weighted and measured. Good cross in from Colin Young. Halliday got up, done everything right, bar stick the ball in the onion bag. You know, he got a good forceful header. Perhaps should have done better.
Yes, as that ball came in, a bit like Dennis Law used to do, and Robinson was grounded. He had no chance, but just wide of the mark. He has been so unlucky, Halliday.
He's done very well getting himself into good positions. Perhaps it'll be a case of third time lucky, Jackie, who knows?
Yes, indeed. Glentoran, Fitzgerald, Roy Coyle and all. We'll hope that comes through. But meantime, Linfield putting on the pressure. In by Marks. Ferguson climbs. Lehman did so well again. What a great game he's had. Flick on. Now Ferguson. He just couldn't get the room, and I think it was that man Lehman who was putting him off. He's been a giant in that defence today, Marty.
Absolutely, Jackie. He's played very, very well in there. Played the way I like the game to be played. The centre back, go and win the ball, close down your centre forward. And he's done a magnificent job on Glenn Ferguson today. All credit to the lad.
Well won by Collier. Tim McCann maybe felt there was a little nudge. The referee not impressed. But Glentoran have the throw. Nixon takes. Jamie Marks. Ferguson getting back to shadow, as is Fitzgerald. 5 minutes gone of the extra time, first half of extra time. Not a good 1-2 there. Glentoran win it back. Here's Beattie. He's got McCann wide. He finds him, and McBride is further ahead of McCann, but it was just a little bobble. The pitch beat him, in fact. Collier racing forward for the Blues. Being held up though, the momentum gone for the moment. Now here's Beattie. And a bit of space opening up in the midfield at times, Marty.
Yes, indeed, Jackie. That was a great opportunity for Glentoran, and finally, unfortunately, the final pass wasn't good. He did hit a bit of a bobble.
Now, Larmour finds Skates. Morgan is in the middle, so too is Larmour. Morgan! Well, it should have been a better finish from Chris Morgan.
This is getting like a bit like a school report. Could do better. Great opportunity. Seen Chris killing them ones many times before. Should have put it in the bag.
Well, he really side-footed it when he could have really hit it. Just that's easy sitting up here, isn't it?
Very easy up here, Jackie, but I think Chris himself would be an honest enough boy to say that he should have hit the back of the net with that one. And I think David let him know that in no certain terms.
So, no goals, but it's been interesting, to say the least. Larmour did well to win the free kick. He twisted, he turned, finally caught the referee's attention, and a chance for Linfield to move forward again. Forward by Marks, one by Smith, and then by Ferguson. Bailey judged it well. Beattie got it. That's Collier. Beattie again, stepped in. Another chance for a Glentoran break. Halliday just has to stay onside. He's outside Tim McCann. But he turned into trouble. Gavin Arthur with the challenge.
That was good defending. There seemed to be double banking on Tim when he gets the ball. There's two players behind him, and they're just closing that door down, forcing him to come across field.
Nixon. Oh, he's done well. He's got the free kick.
That was a bit of a day, reminiscent to the Korean penalty in the Nationwide Gold Cup final, in which the
what are you suggesting, Marty? So there's the vision the goalkeeper has. Robert Robinson organising defenders as Scott Young drills it in all the way across. Beattie! Well, he just couldn't keep it down, Pete Beattie.
Do you know, I'm just wondering, Jack, if young Fitzgerald had him still in the central position, Could he have been the boy to have done it? I feel that he's come out wide now, and we've lost him to the game. He was one of the better players in the game, and now we've lost him. Glentoran just seemed to be lacking a left-sided player with a natural tendency to box the ball.
As Beattie gets it over the bar. Now the race is on here. And Murphy, well, poor ball from William Murphy. And a few nerves showing there from Linfield. Halliday, he may have missed a couple of chances, but his runs have caused a few problems. He's waiting in the middle. Justin McBride, Gary Smith and company, they're all in there. All the way across. Tim McCann is off the bar. Halliday! And the man who missed a couple of chances could be the hero. That is justice in his terms. And there's the delight, Marty, in that grandstand. Glentoran are 1-up. Halfway through this first period of extra time, the smiles of that young man over by McBride. It wasn't cleared. Tim McCann off the bar, tap in, 1-0. What a moment for a 21-year-old. Looked like Tim's goal, but that's Halliday to finish it off.
Yeah, I don't think Tim will have any complaints as to who claims that one, but I'm personally delighted for young Halliday.
What a great moment for that young player.
But it's not over yet. There's a lot of football to be played. Linfield will get their backs up now. David will have them going. Who knows?
Well, we've got a few fireworks on the far side. The colour, as you can see, is green. And it's the green side of this ground who are smiling at the moment. They lead 1-0. Fitzgerald, he's got the free kick, bundled over by Jamie Marks.
I think if Michael had missed that one, he would have just walked off the park, got his kit and gone on home, regardless of the final whistle.
That's Fitzgerald. Well, as you said, it could well be third time lucky, and we did say he could well be the hero. But there's still a long while to go of this extra time, and do not expect Linfield to give up the challenge.
Absolutely no way, Jackie. These boys will play right to the death. People say lucky Linfield through the years. They keep going, they keep pegging away, they keep putting under pressure.
Now, McBride, back post. Tim McCann just can't stretch to keep it in. But Tim McCann very much involved in that Glentoran goal. It looked as though he'd finished it. Header thumped off the crossbar, and there was young Halliday. There he is. He's the man who's got the goal. Could it win this Irish Cup? We shall see.
I think the Glentoran fans think so at the moment, Jackie. They're absolutely elated.
Well, they might think it's over. You know Roy Coyle, he'll not be thinking that. And a man who won the Irish Cup 3 times with Linfield will know that they do not give up. But is he on his way to winning another trophy? Irish League football's most successful ever manager. But as I said, he'll not be taking anything for granted. I can't see if the flag is up. The corner may have been given. Stephen Beattie, he of the sweet left foot to take. Linfield try and get back into this game. Just 3 minutes left of the first half of extra time. Murphy is there. It was too high. And there's Goff. Well, a little ricochet of Gary Smith it was. So Goff can expect to be busy. Gar Skates kept it in. Marks, here's Skates again. Good ball in, but who's on the end of it? Lehman. Now, Murphy allowed a bit of space, allowed to go. But no way through, and crowded out in the end. Gavin Arthur finds Marks. Still they come forward. Ferguson jumped, but Colin Nixon it was with a clearing header. And there's the hero of the afternoon so far for Glentoran, winning the free kick to relieve the pressure. And the singing, or most of it, coming from the North Stand and the Glentoran supporters. There they are. 4 attempts this season. They haven't beaten Linfield. They lost 3 of those. There was 1 draw. And their first victory over the Blues. Could it be the Irish Cup final? Well, they are in pole position at this moment. Well, they've dressed up, but they want to win that trophy. No more than Roy Coyle and the players, of course. And for the moment, the quieter Linfield fans may be thinking, chances of the League and Cup double, are they slipping away? But let's not write them off, Marty.
No, there's no way we'll do that, Jackie. Glentoran will be glad to get the half-time whistle. Try and regroup. Second half, I expect Linfield to be an onslaught on the Glentoran defence. The game isn't over as yet.
Free kick.
Psychologically, the Glentoran players will have it in their mind. We've done enough now. Let's hold on to what we have. They will start defending deeper. Linfield will push on further and further and invite perhaps a goal, an equalising goal.
Plenty to think about for the man in your picture. He wants the double. Is he going to get it?
There's nothing David can do about it now. It's out of his hands when they cross the white line.
Murphy wins the header. Garskates off Fitzgerald. Throw in Linfield. Prize money of £11,000 for the winner. 6,000 for the runners-up, but that £6,000 would mean little. Not a day for losers. David Jeffrey, you can see him there hustling to get the ball back into play. It's a free kick. We're now into injury time, the end of this first half of extra time. Tim McCann brings it out. Chance of another break here for Glentoran. He feeds it through to Just McBride. Halliday's in the middle, so too Scott Young. Just McBride held up for the moment into space and finds Beattie. Here's Halliday, the man who's got that vital goal. Has he won the corner?
He done well once again. He held the ball up well, but I can see it psychologically. What we have, we hold. He's trying to get into the corner to kill the game off. There's a lot of football to be played yet.
Yeah, I didn't think it had gone for the corner. Throw in instead. No. Well, it just skipped out of play. But just think of the relief for that young player in the picture.
Absolutely, Jack. I can see him springing his heels now. He's bouncing about. He wants to get involved in everything which is happening.
So there we are, the half-time whistle. At half-time, in extra time. 1-0 Glentoran. Michael Halliday with the vital breakthrough. And they feel that it could well win this cup final. But we were saying, Marty, we'll not be writing Linfield off. David Jeffrey below us. Well, there's Glentoran in chat. Here's the goal. Let's see it again. Good ball in, good delivery from McBride. Keeper lost it. Tim McCann should have been 1-0, and it was 1-0. Halliday with the touch.
Nice simple tap in. Yeah, just fell nicely for the boys. As I say, he would have been out through the gates if he'd have missed that one. I'm just looking at David Jeffrey, very animated, calling his troops in together, trying to rally for the last 15 minutes. He'll be asking them to give that little bit extra, and I'm quite sure those boys in blue will do so.
What? And we're sorry if you're tuning in to see the next programme. Malcolm in the middle. But in the middle there, Glenn Ferguson and David Larmer. We're into the second half of extra time in this nationwide Irish Cup final. Glentoran leading by 1-0. I thought the whistle had gone there. There's so much noise and so much buzz at Windsor Park. As they say in my part of the world, you can hardly hear your ears. Larmer lays it off to Morgan. The run is by Collier. Lehman across. Well, he partially stopped him. And credit to Collier, he's won the corner. You can see the crowd in the Kop there urging Linfield forward. It's taken quickly. Collier chips it in all the way across. Garth to pick up for Linfield. Has he won the corner? Linesman says no. Goal kick. You can see the disappointment in the face of Garth. And David Jeffrey was really having a go at them at half-time and extra time, as you were saying, Marty.
Yeah, he'll be asking for that a little bit more. Perhaps he's disappointed in the Linfield display up to now. I think Glentoran are just, they're winning 1-0, but I think they have just shaded up to now.
Yes, Glentoran trying to win the cup for the 19th time. And in the second half of extra time, they may be on their way, but they're only in pole position. It is not over, not by a long chalk.
Okay, check. It won't be long until you see Winky Murphy pushing on along with his double strike force of Larmour and Ferguson to see if he can pull something out of the fire. As he actually did last year in the Irish Cup semi-final in the 94th minute.
That is right, a great header. Oh, well, Nixon made a mistake and then recovered. Here's Bailey. Ferguson. What was Guy Smith that time? Tim McCann. No, McBride. Always the danger in the counter-attack. McBride, nothing given. Boos coming from the north stand and the Glentoran supporters.
All credit to Winky there. He knew what he was doing.
Forward by Gavin Arthur. Good headed clearance by Ferguson. Under pressure from Garthgate. And here's Halliday with a bit of space. Always the danger, of course. Linfield pushing forward, Marty.
Yeah,
Scott Young, so. Down he goes.
Very much so. Now asking questions of the Linfield back line. They're trying to get forward. Glens are trying to push them out, trying to pull them around. As I say, that was an uncharacteristic foul from
There was a challenge earlier before Bailey bundled into his man.
This is now a time where Glentoran are trying to cool things down a little bit. Let's get it together and regroup, boys.
Scott Young now getting treatment from John Weatherup. Roy Coyle so close to winning the Irish Cup for the 6th time. They think so. It's getting closer and they know it.
Roy definitely hasn't made his touch in cup finals where Glentoran are concerned. His record is second to none, as you say, the most successful manager in Irish League football ever. I would like to have a quarter of Roy's success. He's been phenomenal.
Glentoran get it forward again. Beatty won it, but not enough purchase on it to trouble Robinson. Morgan. Referee says play on. Still Morgan. Marks is wide. Finds him. Good build-up. Garthgate. Here's Marks again. Low cross. Morgan. But being crowded out. And the goal kick has been given. And Gary Smith again it was.
Yeah, Gary got in between the player and the goal. Absolutely marshalled it very well.
Alan Goff made that great double save just before half-time of the 90. Is he on his way to his second winner's medal in the Irish Cup, to add to his 2 winners' medals in the FAI Cup. Scott Young. Ferguson. Just 10 minutes left of this extra time. Well, William Murphy has not given up, that's for sure. Marks did well under pressure from Fitzgerald. Morgan's flick, Larmour. But they lose out. Glentoran get it back. Beatty, here's Fitzgerald. Well, that looked like a free kick. Fitzgerald and Marks, a little bit of argy-bargy. What did I do? Meantime, we have a Glentoran player down injured. Can't see who it is from here, Marty.
I think it may be young Lehman.
We think it's Paul Lehman. Yes, it is indeed Paul Lehman. And Marty, and all the excitement, we have to remind you to do the man of the match.
Yes, Jackie.
A few minutes before the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that on board at the moment. There are a few candidates out there at the moment. I can think of 4 or 5. Let's see how the rest of the game progresses. The fat lady isn't signing yet. It's not over yet. Linfield will not lie down. But in saying that, they could be hit on the break because they are going to push forward, and Glens could perhaps snatch another one. Who knows?
Yes, it's do or die now at this stage for Linfield. And when they get forward, as we were saying, they can leave a few gaps. But they've got to get forward. Now, what is the referee given? I think the goal kick has gone to Linfield. Pete Beattie, the skipper. Little smile from him. They are within 8 minutes of lifting that Irish Cup again, retaining the trophy. Here's the goal scorer, Halliday. We've had a clash in the midfield. 2 men are down. Glenn Ferguson. And I think it's Lehman again. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Paul went to win the ball and collided with Glenn. I think Paul might have come out that one worse.
Terry Hayes once again. Ferguson looks to be all right. And yes, a little clash there.
Yeah, I think Paul may well be out of this game. It may be a nasty one.
Well, there's a nice touch. And the game has been played in a very good spirit, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. All credit to the players. They've been great ambassadors for the game.
But there's the scoreline in the background, which tells the tale.
That says it all.
Chris Walker there, sorry Marty. Chris Walker with the curly hair, peeling off.
Yeah, Paul. Chris is coming into his normal position at centre back. If Paul isn't fit to carry on here, he won't let the boys down.
Be his 3rd final if he comes on. A winner, 96 and 98, missed last year. Well, he could well be concussed after a little clash. The Glentoran doctor, John Weather up there, the physio, having a look at him. But he seems to be all right.
Yes, I'm glad to see that, Jackie. Very much one of the candidates for man of the match. He's been absolutely phenomenal in the centre of the Glentoran defence.
And Chris Walker, well, he may not get to join the action. He'll certainly join the celebrations, though, Chris Walker, if Glentoran do hold on to win it. So that will be a little bit of time to be at it. But 6 minutes left of the 120. Remember, we're in extra time in this Irish Cup final. Collier for Linfield, who must get it forward. That goes without saying, of course. Ferguson, they were trying to spread it right. Beattie did. Now, Marks finds Skates. Well, the 1-2 just didn't come off for them. But here's Skates. Larmer, no way through. That was Beattie with the interception. And Linfield, well, they don't want it in their own half of the pitch. Stephen Beattie just gets it forward. Won by Lehman. As you were saying, Marty, Lehman has been a real giant in the middle of that defence. Now, well, there was acceleration from Just McBride, but Collier was closer, and he nipped in ahead of the Glentoran forward.
These last 5 minutes or so, Jackie, Linfield will be just happy to put the ball from one end of the park to the other. They'll just try and put the Glen defence under pressure and hopefully nip something.
Tim McCann. Beattie. But Nixon in there. Tim McCann, just one of the Glentoran players who's worked their socks off. Beattie finds Morgan. This is good from Linfield. Beattie, but good challenge. Scott Young, I think it was.
That was an excellent challenge.
But it's a corner for Linfield. 4 minutes left of extra time. 1-0.
Can Murphy do it again, Jackie?
Is there to be more drama? Beattie gets it across. They survive for the moment. Bailey, well, he hasn't scored this season, Noel Bailey. He's lifted the league championship trophy the last 2 seasons. He was so keen to lift this Irish Cup. It may not happen now. There's the replay. Look at the green shirts in there, and they did the business. They did their job. Bailey's finish, not a good one.
Noel should have just popped that one up in the air again, let them scramble and let them hook and perhaps pull something out.
Glentoran quite happy just to try and play the ball into the Linfield half. Ball just sneaked out of play. Okay, it's getting time, Marty. About 3 minutes left. Man of the match.
Jackie, as I say, there have been excellent players in it.
Just a minute, Marty, sorry. Here's McBride. McBride, oh, took a deflection. Robinson was away one way. It was off Beattie.
There have been several excellent performances. Noel Bailey in the heart of the Linfield defence, Young Lehman in the heart of the Glentoran defence. But I'm going to give it to Michael Halliday. I feel that his 2 chances he missed early on, he showed great character. I'm delighted for him. And getting the 3rd goal, get his chin up. He's a young lad who's come into the game. He's worked very well. Overall, the 90 minutes and the extra time, I think he's been one of the better performers on the park.
Okay, so Michael Halliday, the man who's got the goal which could win this cup final, is Marty Quinn's nationwide man of the match. And there he is. Despair early on will be absolute joy perhaps in a couple of minutes. His goal will have proved to be the winner. I do say perhaps, because it is not over. It could be now, but the flag is up against Just McBride, and he just was about a yard or a yard and a half offside. But Linfield, well, it's everybody forward now. Gary Smith just gets it away. As long as the ball stays in that half of the field, Glentoran will be happy. Plenty of whistles coming from the Glentoran supporters. Lehman's header. Ferguson puts it through. Larmour, a bit of space for Larmour. Larmour again, but the whistle is gone. The flag is up on the far side. And there you can see the dejected look on the face of David Larmour. That man halted the move.
Just to mention the officials, Jackie, I think they've all performed very well today, especially some of the offsides, you know, here and there, they maybe got it right. Sorry, the majority of the times they've got it right, and the referee has handled the game, he's let it flow as best he could and took action and when he had to do so.
Well, the whistle's still going. We are in the last minute of extra time. As Glentoran, will they try to score number 2 or will they just keep ball? I think they're trying to score again. Scott Young, well, he may be heading for the corner flag. It doesn't really matter. They are leading by 1-0. And the cup, is it on its way back to the Oval? It certainly seems so. We were saying before today, 4 post-war Big 2 finals. Glentoran had won all of them. This is the 5th. And are they to win all 5? Everything is pointing that way. And also, it would be the first attempt in 5 this season to beat Linfield. And after 3 defeats and a draw, what a time to get your first win in the final of the Irish Cup, the Premier Knockout Tournament. We are now into time added on. Referee looking for a ball. I think some fans thought that was the final whistle. Just reassuring Noel Bailey it isn't. But look at those fans in the background. They are the ones who are about to celebrate, unless Linfield can pull out something right at the death. Oh, there's a break on here, not offside. McBride, he's got no one in the middle. Scott Young arriving, but that's Collier with the interception, and a poor ball from just McBride at this stage to give possession to Linfield. Forward, Lehman has won the header, and a good header, and it's in the hands of Alan Goff. What a game that young man there has had, Lehman. The whistles are increasing. We're into the second minute of injury time. Beattie's miscue. Tim McCann pressurising his defender. He's doing well, Tim McCann. He's being held. Still going, Tim McCann. Hit it well, parried by the keeper. And Robinson will not waste any time at all. Long ball. Murphy, as Marty Quinn suggested, is right up there. They have to go for it. Nice footwork from Jamie Marks, but a poor ball from Marks. And he gives possession back to Glentoran.
Do you know, Jackie, when you look back over the game, you ask yourself, you know, was that Alan Goff's save, the double save, you know, was that the turning point? Was that the day you started getting thoughts in your mind at Glentoran winning the cup? Absolutely fantastic double save from him.
But overall, Marty, it's been a great advert for the game as the referee brings it to an end, and there is the Glentoran hero, Michael Halliday. Celebrations for the boss again, as I said, his 6th time to win the Irish Cup. He shakes hands with Jimmy Brown, his assistant, but that young man there will remember this day for the rest of his life. He missed a couple of chances, they'll remember those missed chances, but my goodness, they'll all remember the goal early in the first half of extra time. There's Lehman, what a great game he had. Here's the goal again, Marty.
Well, as I said, it's an excellent cross. Got a wee touch on it. Tim McCann gets a good header back. Tim's going to claim it, is he? Michael's there. He gets man of the match. Just not on that, but on his overall play. I just feel that Glentoran shaded it. Perhaps the turning point, as I said, was the Alan Goff save in the first half. That sometimes can be the difference between winning and losing.
And there's the dejection. William Murphy had so looked forward to his first cup final, but it's ended in defeat. And no league and cup double for the Blues, which they had coveted so much, because in many ways they have been the team of the season. But my goodness, Jeffrey, he'd be so disappointed. But they gave him plenty of effort today. It was not to be. But they will be back next year, and they will still be the team to beat next season.
Absolutely, Jackie. Those lads can walk away with their heads held high. They performed today, perhaps not as well as they have done in the past, but they certainly didn't let themselves or anyone down. And they've won the championship, and that's the proof of the pudding.
There he is. He's with Mark Sidebottom. Let's hear what the Glentoran hero makes of it all.
Thank you, Jackie. Michael Halliday, the day I imagine a dream has come true.
Absolutely. Been a Glen man all my life. Means an awful lot. Look what it means to the fans. Outstanding. Brilliant. I thought it was never going to come, as you say. Outstanding.
You must have thought it never was going to come, because you had 3 gilt-edged opportunities previous to the goal.
You don't have to remind me. I know there was one I just couldn't reach at the far post, and I thought that was it. I thought extra time we'll maybe go to a replay, but it just dropped right in the line for me. I couldn't have missed that one. I would have been shot.
How did it feel?
Oh, outstanding. As I said, I've been a Glen man all my life. This just amazing, amazing. Biggest game for a lot of them boys, including myself. It'll probably be the biggest game I ever play in, and to score the winning goal, something special.
Maybe the camera can follow us here. Just take a look at that crowd and tell me what this day means to you, Michael Halliday.
Well, it's something special. Yeah, I used to be sitting up there with the rest of them at cup finals. I remember watching finals against Portadown and all, and standing there cheering the Glens on. It's just a dream come true to actually be on the pitch playing for them and score the winner. Amazing.
You won't be aware yet, but you have been named nationwide man of the match by Marty Quinn.
Thanks very much, Marty. Well, I thought the team played very well. I missed a couple of chances. As I say, it was a great team effort, but I think we deserved it in the end. Like I did.
We thank you. You want to get back to the celebrations? We'll have a few more interviews. Back to Jackie.
The Linfield fans here, the Glentoran fans here, there's neutrals here, and it's been a festival day, and it should be like that from now on.
Safe to say that you're still a little bit excited?
A little bit excited. I have to say hello to John Og and the wee Sarah.
Okay, it's back to the boys for the moment.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, I think Tim McCann is a wee bit excited, and so are they. Pete Beattie, 4th cup win for him, and also the man beside him there, Can you believe, Marty, and we played this game and we won a few baubles, not many in my case. Nixon, 22, fourth winner's medal in an Irish Cup. It's amazing.
It's absolutely fantastic. How far in the game can the boy go? Again, a lad who had the head down, promised to move to Rangers, didn't work out, went over to Leeds, didn't work out, come back, put himself into the Glentoran shirt, started where he left off. 4 Irish Cup winners medal. That's unbelievable at 22. Great.
And that is what it's all about. Colin Nixon, the man we were talking about there, he lifted that as the skipper last season. Pete Beattie will have that job this time around, and the celebrations continue. And I would say East Belfast, they'll go on until the early hours. Way up, as you were saying, they did so well. But there's Gary Smith and Glenn Ferguson. They played together in cup final winning team with Glenavon.
That's right, that's nice for them. The supporters, they wouldn't have a lot of love for each other. Linfield, Glentoran fans wouldn't have a lot of love. But let's not forget, these lads will all associate each other this evening. They'll have a drink or two together, winners and losers, and that's the way it should be. There was no ill feeling in the game itself. It was played in a marvellous way. The spectacle itself, what a start for the sponsors nationwide. This is absolutely great, and let's hope that the Irish League and Irish football in general can build on this.
I hope so, and I have to say, we, apart from the streaker who made an appearance, we don't seem to have any trouble in the ground. I haven't seen any, I haven't heard any reports of anything, so it's been a great platform for Irish League football.
That's correct, Jack, and this is the way it should be.
Here we have the winners going up. Well, it's fancy dress time, isn't it? That might be Scott Young. That's Colin Nixon next. Tim McCann, a second winner's medal for him. And they are dancing. There will be more dancing tonight, you can be sure of that. Paul Levin, second winner's medal for him. There's Halliday in the background, first final, first winner's medal, and he got the goal that won it. And as I said, he will never forget this day. They all played a part. They came here as the underdogs because of the great season that Linfield had had. But they've now won this cup for the 19th time. And of course, they're retaining the trophy. No league title at the Oval, but they've won the Gold Cup, they've won the League Cup, and now they've won the Irish Cup. And that's an impressive return for Roy Coyle and his team. Now, Pete Beattie has got his medal. And last of all, and you will hear the roof being lifted off the north stand as Mr. Dan Corr of the sponsors gives it to Pete Beattie. Just listen to this. More fireworks from the railway stand to help aid and abet the Glentoran celebrations. I really don't have to say too much. The pictures tell the story. They go over to take the applause. And as winners, they deserve that. Don't worry, by the way, we will be joining the snooker. Close up for the fans of that trophy. They won it last year. They've won it again.